Hello, 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 Internet Land. Welcome back to ASHENED WAGON Adventures. Our last adventure, our heroes melted down in a freaking keep in the bottom of a volcano.
You guys kept your promise and you destroyed the special thing.
The lava did. The lava did, correct. I said corrected. But yeah, DM, if you want to fill us in a little bit.
Oh, yeah, so you guys had faced Flarazar kind of in a couple different situations. Stogie and the rest of them kept downstairs and kind of tried to help save the hostages in that situation, while Jared, you and your little raccoon buddy Haggis went upstairs and freed the gnome lady. She got her supplies, and you guys kind of have two different things there. Mm-hmm. Everything worked out, however. You guys escaped with Barnabas and yes. his cat people crew, and they went there. You were there a separate way, but he gave you the stone to communicate with him if you ever need him. The Whisper Stone is in your possession. You guys went back to port. You talked to Granny Gangplank about becoming a cannon. Yes. You found out there was possibly a figure from your past that had survived and joined the Purple Dragon Empire. You went to One-Eyed Charlie, the one-eyed two-headed ogre, about the soul contract, and you had the Thieves Guild kind of processing your items for sale. Mm-hmm. You met Dewey and Aloysius, yes. Your rival in pet battles. That they decided that this coming week, in this week's tournament, he's gonna kick your butt. And then Micah, you also went to Zoroastriel, astral elf and intergalactic archaeologist, to find some means of protection, some bonus armor. So we open up tonight's episode. Rocket Brawl, float this big, majestic, sprawling city, kind of floating in the ether here. You guys are waking up after a day of. Oh no, we're going to cut right back to where you guys were. So let's start with the guy. I think yours is done for the day because she went up with measurements. She'll come back the next day to get you stuff. Let's go with Micah.
That's me.
Well, there's other
That's
stuff I
right.
can do too.
So, as you crossed, you fed the little business card with an eye into the door, and it opened up the green shaft of light that you stepped in. As you step inside, you see... Bing! Brock! You see Proximus Prime.
Thanks for the donations, buddy.
It is giant...
Oh, no, it's not Brock. Excuse me.
Oh, who is it?
Jasmine is her name.
Jasmine.
Thank you. She's got a name similar to his right now.
Well, thank you, Jasmine.
Sweet. Thank you.
Where?
Not his favorite anymore. Welcome in. Thank you.
Sorry, boys. I had a note card set aside. It's okay.
Yes cards.
Somewhere in these parts.
It's alright. So you guys go inside, you go inside and you see this giant array. First off, the first thing that you look up and you see the mouth of a terraced skull hanging from the ceiling of this place. It just dominates the whole roof, or the whole ceiling.
I like when things dominate the room.
That's thank you, Mansions of Madness. As you walk inside, and strewn from it are like little tiny bottles with like glowy bits of magical dust in all of them, kind of like a string of lights. And you look around, there's glass cases everywhere filled with like bones and rings and skulls and just everything, just like magical artifacts, special ingredients, cursed objects, everything galore on these shelves. And in the middle is just a giant table covered in rows and rows and rings of like swords and scrolls and books. And in the very centerpiece, floating in the middle, is a gigantic gray orb that keeps flickering between like a multitude of various different colors. And it's like in this big circular energy field. And just like when you look at it, you can't see a definite shape and you can't see a definite color. It's just this whirling mass of chaos, kept in this glass globe.
Chaos.
Oh, that's loud. I gotta turn that down.
Chaos.
Anyway, let me make a quick adjustment to Micah's mic.
Sure.
But, look at that hurt real quick. I'm gonna crank Micah and lower the rest of my volume. Micah, speak a do.
I mean, if you're gonna crank me up, at least wait till after the show.
Hey-oh. Alright, cool. Hey, that should be better, thank you. Holy smokes, jump scare.
No, I remember it anyway. Okay, so as you walk in, you see purple robed, his kind of got like whitish bluish skin. He's got underneath his bathrobe. He's got like a white sort of a button-up shirt, sash, and like comfortable pants, wearing some slippers. Man walks in. He's got like a long cigarette holder. Like, oh, you must be the new customer my friends recommended to me. You would be the captain. What was the name again? Something. Trevoran? Am I correct in saying this?
Yes.
Oh. And he holds up the card, and the card eye like looks you up and down and says, "Yep, that's him, Trevoran." Like, thank you, my little friend. And he slides it in his pocket. I am Zoro Shield. It is nice to meet you. And he extends a big hand.
Yeah, well, return the sentiment.
He shakes. Well, it's nice to meet you. I hear you're looking for something to protect yourself with, yes?
Yeah,
Just give him the Bible.
yeah. No, that's what I hide if God's watching. That's what I do. But no, I need something to better protect myself with. It seems mage armor's only doing so much for me.
The paltry mage armor does nothing. It only protects you from such paltry attacks for so long. It is only effective against very simple things. But yes, I have a few items that might be up your alley. He kind of walks you over to the rolling table, and as he turns it, you can see that there's a shimmering little like slight portal on one side of the table, and as he turns the almost like a giant Lazy Susan, it changes the items, like change in like size and mass and everything like that. So he's like rolling almost like a Rolodex of items in this big giant Lazy Susan. He's like, okay, it was in yellow section. It was in this, and he picks up. Oh yes, and he picks up this jar of ointment.
I'm just gonna say dirt.
This is my cheapest option. I have let's see, 4 of these. This is the oil. Excuse me, no. This is the lotion of iron. And what it is, hey, I found my card. How about that?
Just like magic.
Iron
And
skin
the vault
oil,
of
excuse me. It is, if I was to speak in if the sort of a tabletop role-playing game rule set sort of language, I would say it is an uncommon magical item. They cost 500 per jar, but they're in these nice little metal jars. There's a nice little design you see on top. It's a man being struck, and he is breaking it. It is breaking the sword because his skin is so tough. And it is takes 10 minutes to apply to yourself, yes, for the full effect. And for 1 hour, you gain a +3 to your armor class. And you cannot stack multiple jars, you clever boy, you, before you ask. Only 1 jar at a time.
And once the jar is empty, you can use it to store your sewing kit.
Yes, you could put sewing kits, you could put... I don't know where that voice came from, but it was very yes. I keep mints in mine, and he shakes his full of mints.
That's not.
Altoids.
Yeah.
That's not tea in Grandma's tin.
This is the cheapest option I have. However, I have 1 or 2 more things, yes? Over here to the wardrobe, please. And he steps, he has you walk into this, like 3D infinity mirror. And as he pulls down this sort of like, you remember that old, like back in like school, how we had the maps that were like all came down from like a series of like different like flappies from the top of the chalkboard. He pulls one of those down, and it's this giant like image of all of these different like runes and cloaks, and he goes, oh, okay, this one, beep. And as he pushes this magical symbol and he pats you on the shoulder and like pulls the thing up, you're now wearing this black and purple sort of tabard underneath your jacket, but when you look down at your physical body, it's not there. But you look at the mirrors, you can sort of see the cut and like the design. It's got these purple lines that feed into this sort of gnarled hand that like is grasping this heart. It's like, okay, I know the imagery is a bit much, but this is the Warlock's Aegis. It is another uncommon magical item. It costs 1,500 GP. Once per day, you can expend one spell slot of any level to have a add your charisma bonus to your AC for 8 hours. It is more long-lasting than the oil, of course, but it does have a little bit more of a cost to it.
Well, naturally, it lasts a little bit longer. I expect it to, be worth a little bit more in that aspect.
I suddenly don't remember.
Apparently Chad doesn't trust this merchant.
Oh. And, of course, I have one item that is, well, let's say a bit, I won't say problematic, but it's a bit complicated. He pulls down the thing again, and he flips it up, and there's a circle of "Do not sell," handwritten. But there's a little one that's circled and has a question mark next to it. He pushes that, and then claps you on the shoulder. And replacing you have that sort of like jacket. Replacing that is this sort of hooded cloak. It's tattered. It looks like it's a shroud of some kind. It goes down your whole arms and length. It's like a big robe. It clasps in the front with a big golden clasp. And it sort of billows this bluish sort of smoke off of the cloth itself. So you have this sort of bluish aura. This is the garment of the Frost Shade. It is a rare artifact. It's a bit pricier. It costs 3,000 gold. However, it has 2 effects. Your AC while wearing this is set to 15 plus your charisma modifier. And whenever you are struck with a physical attack, your foe takes 1d6 cold damage in return. However, I must state, this is a refurbished, I say again, refurbished, I'm losing my French accent, a refurbished,
Gone a little Jamaican.
yeah, I am, a refurbished cursed object. So there was a curse. It was broken, mind you, yes, it was broken long ago. However, just putting this on the table.
If you use this cream 3 times a day, you'll be okay.
You have the hiccups for 6 hours a day.
Oh no.
However, I can
May or may not affect
curse
your
it.
spellcasting.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It just keeps blowing up in your face.
Let me find it in the book here.
May also affect your stealth rolls.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Or your rune craft. Ah, damn it. Transmogrify gold into snake. Aww.
Hold on. I gotta find it again.
Digging for treasure? What treasure? Wait a minute.
What treasure?
Quick, so it'll be entertaining. Here we go. Okay, I found the page.
Little Family Guy.
Hey. That's my 1 for the evening.
Appreciate it. Clutch. Now, the Frost Shade was the spirit of an ancient elven queen. Her soul was bound to this garment. However, it was purged and it left some of the effects behind. However, if I was to re-summon the soul back into the cursed object, you would also have the ability to not be charmed, and you would be immune to cold damage. And, as a bonus action, you could extend your senses outward to detect the presence of Fae within 60 feet of you. And that would include beings such as myself, such as astral elves. Just saying. However, as long as you would remain cursed, all Fae creatures not in service to that fairy queen would be instantly aggressive towards you. At least, not like you very much. The ghost, let's say, makes people unnaturally angry. That's more of a bit of a poltergeist. So you would gain additional magical benefits. However, you would not be liked by most of the Fae on sight. I have these items for you. This is the best I can do on such short notice.
Right. Just looking through my inventory here.
Of course.
Jasmine, thank you again.
He walks over and picks up a broom and tells him, "Go get the kitchen." And he sets the broom down and it goes and sweeps the kitchen.
Disney movie now?
Appreciate the bits, thank you.
Did we ever figure out what the heart of Moltrag did?
No.
Just basically, like, he was using it as a giant battery was the only thing we really noticed.
No, that was the Star Ruby. The Heart of Moltrag.
The Ruby. Yeah, okay, never mind.
The Heart of Moltrag has not been identified yet.
Okay.
I was gonna say we didn't retrieve that. That was given to us.
Yeah.
Somewhere Vivek is going, wait, stop that! Put it back!
So for the shade, or whatever, the last thing.
Garment of the Frost Shade. Yep.
Yes, that's the one. I'm not too worried about the curse necessarily, but would you be willing to exchange goods or services possibly?
Depends. I only accept certain rare magical objects. Nothing, common or off the street. Don't go hawking your Excaliburs at me. I have 10 of them.
I was hoping you were going to say exchange magical services.
I thought you were gonna say thanks, but I'm happily married.
But yes, what do you have to offer?
Well, I have, if I was to speak in blunt tabletop RPG inventory terms,
Please do.
I have this wizard potion that is blue with silver flecks in it, or flakes in it.
Okay.
And then I also have this self-performing instrument.
You gotta sell it up. It helped defeat a magma lord.
It did, actually.
Yes.
What that voice said.
What your garbage can just said.
Yeah. I also have this talking trash can.
That's Haggis's latent ability is he's always in the nearest trash can. No matter who you are or where you're at.
Yes, trash walk.
Trash walk. Freaking love it. John, I know what I want to do in the rock now.
Let's see. Have you identified this potion?
I have not.
Yes, it is blue.
I'll just do
But
so.
I know it's 100% authentic.
He walks.
Leads off a wizard himself.
He walks to a desk. He puts it he walks near the cash, like not the cash, but his main selling desk.
Checkout.
Yeah. He pulls out what appears to be like a Ouija board, but it's got like a pre-drawn identification circle in it. He whaps it on the table, puts the potion in the middle. I call upon the four forces of the astral plane. And he casts a ritual identify.
Gatorade?
And let's see what it is. This. This is the potion of empowering truth. If you drink this potion, you regain one expended spell slot or one expended use of a class feature, such as Divine Sense, Rage, Wild Shape, or other feature with limited uses. Until you finish a long rest, you cannot tell a deliberate lie. You are aware of this effect after drinking the potion. Your words can be evasive as long as you remain within the boundaries of the truth. A truly unique potion. Where did you pick this up?
I'm trying to remember. It was in one of our earlier adventures.
The ghost tower?
Yeah, I think it was the ghost tower, actually. Yeah, because it was in one of, the colored quarters and trials. That's where it was. Yep. I forget the name of that tower, but that one. But everybody knows. The ghost tower.
The ghost tower. Well, you guys had the book. You guys had the book of with the guy, the Adventures of what's his name. I remember you guys.
Zoltar? Sultan?
Zaylon?
Zaylon sounds
Adventures
right.
of Zaylon. I have Adventures of Zaylon Volume 3.
Oh yeah, Volume 3. I think we said what 15.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
sounds right.
So yeah. Oh, the Tower of Zaylon. Oh yes, I've heard of the Tower of Zaylon.
Zoltan's a different wizard. Zoltar.
Yes. There's a lot of Zoltars, Zoltans, Zolax.
You'd almost think it's a surname.
Almost as if it's a hacky wizard trope. But yes, this is a rare potion. I would be willing to give you 1,500 for it.
Okay. And then, would you be interested in the self-playing instrument?
It's quaint. Wouldn't really serve me much purpose. I could give you 500.
Alright. I'll do quick maths.
It depends. Does it know Africa by the band Toto?
Especially because there's a member on my crew who hates that song. So, yes.
Then I don't want it.
Okay.
What the hell's in Africa?
We only listen to Christian prog rock in this house.
Okay.
Yeah, we only listen to Creed.
I was just gonna say something about Creed.
With the ship wide open.
We sing it as sea shanties, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be willing to trade the potion and
The self-playing instrument?
yes.
Okay. Okay, well, I give you 1,500 and 500. That would leave 1,000 left still for the garment. Do you have the gold to cover that?
I have the gold to cover that.
Good, good, good. Would you like it gift wrapped or would you like to wear it outside?
I can wear it outside.
Okay. Step back into the mirror, please.
I will do just that.
He pushes it, and instead of one hand, he clap, and he kisses you on the cheek. And then puff of smoke,
Oh my.
and you are wearing said item. You are wearing the garment of the frost shade. So now your AC is 15 plus charisma, and whenever you're hit, your foe is going to take 1d6 cold damage. And it's going to be a melee hit, however. It is also noticeably cooler. You are like air conditioned while wearing this cloak.
But you still get swamp ass.
And as a bonus gift, it is already attuned, so no one needed to sleep with it on your pillow and all that weird stuff. It comes free of charge with my services.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem.
Do you... Brock, get off that fucking game.
That guy over there is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice.
Playing fucking Expedition 33 religiously. During my streams, during Inverse's streams, everywhere.
He's this orc that's obsessed with expeditions. He goes out quite... This is his 33rd
This is 33rd one.
Yeah, he's been on this 33rd one for a while.
He just keeps running the same route for some reason.
Yeah.
He lost a contact. It's gotta be out here somewhere.
By chance, would you be willing to identify something for me?
Of course.
As a,
I will throw it as a bonus of the purchase of the
I was gonna say, hopefully as a bonus of continued prosperous friendship.
Of course.
And I was just wondering if you could identify the heart of Moltrag.
The heart of Moltrag. There. He does. I'll say he does it, and it sort of bounces, kind of like off. Like, okay, well, there's good things and bad things about this. Yes, the heart itself has no magical properties. It's not going to do anything for you. However, it is the piece of a heart of a primordial being. So thus, it is containing vast amounts of magical power. It is attuned to the element of earth. You got this from some sort of earth elemental fire, maybe a fire being. It looks like it's made out of pure stone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it could go earth, could go fire, either way. I think if you were to use this as a sort of material in the building of an item, it might take certain, again, speaking in role-playing game terms, of course, it might take the cost out of the creation of such an item to a certain maybe 4,000 gold worth of creation cost, seeing as how it is a very thick, condensed bit of magical energy.
Okay, gotcha. So you're saying it's essentially worth 4,000 GP in
its base form, yes.
material cost?
Yes. There is also some spelljammers, I hear, that could use this as a permanent battery in space of utilizing spell slots. However, you would not be able to go faster than the maximum power of this power source.
Moreover, all over again, you can levitate but only walk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we helped unimprison a primordial being who was trapped in a volcano. And, well, you know, it gives you your heart, you know how it is.
Such things happen. He gestures over to the bit of, like, the thing in the jar. Says, oh yes, I once helped save creation with my old adventuring party from my younger days. And I was gifted a mote of raw chaos from the god of creation. That's why I must keep it in the glass bottle, because if the second it touches something, it will turn into anything. It turns into
something.
Because it is raw chaos. Now it is bound by the laws of the world. It could turn into a cup of coffee. It could turn into a lich. It could turn into a entire plane of existence. I don't know. So I like to keep it in its little glass jar there. So.
Good idea.
I think so too. Well, if you ever needed my services again, he gives you that card back. Hold on to this card. And essentially what it's going to do is it'll give you exclusive access to the Vault of Magic items, this whole book, is only going to be available through Zoros. So he will have exclusive magical items.
Here's our app store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do I have to be on the Rock of Brawl to use it?
I suppose I could 2-day mail something to you. Here, he hands you and he snaps and the guard becomes gold. It's like, you are a Zoltan Prime member.
There we go. I start earning loyalty points, right?
Yes. If you
Pay
you
the
have access to
yearly
my
fee, you'll get it free.
you have access to my streaming services, which now has self-playing instrument musical channel.
Sultan Plus.
Yeah. There we go.
Every third magical item comes with a free health potion.
Yes. So,
I just click the card and it ends up acting like a pit boy.
Yes.
Starts playing the radio.
Would you like the ad-free version?
only 20 gold per month. But yes, it's very good doing business with you. If you should come across any strange magical items that you may not have easily identifiable means or artifacts of some kind, I do wish you would come to contact me about them, okay?
Oh, you'll be the first to know.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Walk in with a sword.
If you'll excuse me, I am getting ready for my evening bit of tea and a bit of reading. It is a bit late in the day, so au revoir. If you would please see yourself out. And
I will.
and a giant green portal appears on the door, and as you walk out, you're back in the alleyway. The door's closed, and the eye that was like looking around and see like kind of like the animated window is now closed. So, all right, you have yourself the new possession of the garment of the frost shade. So, yay. All right.
Okay.
Who's next? Who'd like to go next?
I'll do mine, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You walk in to your giant place. Way different vibe of One-Eyed Charlie's. Whereas this is more magical whimsy and frivolity. The backstreet dealings of One-Eyed Charlie is a lot more like hardcore metal, like Bondage Club feel.
So,
You have like creatures hanging from spiked cages, like little eyed tentacle creatures like that you've never seen. There's a giant cauldron of something bubbling over a giant demonic looking like goat statue.
Trevor Ann gets Hogwarts and I get a BDSM dungeon.
Yes.
Hey, dunking shame.
But yeah, you walk inside and the two-headed ogre's definitely more of a warlock aligning patronage. Says, "Well, welcome. I can't see you." And you see it's the eye, the head with no eyes talking, but I hear you, little one. He's like, and the other head says, "Oh, it's kind of a little furry man. I think they call them possums. Yes, possums, right?"
Possums or opossums?
Possum adjacent, if you will. Haggis McLizard, Mystic Trash Wizard, with a bit of a request, if you will.
Oh, all
My
right.
fine gentleman.
Oh, this one's nice. I like him. Me too.
I'll unroll the contract and show the good head what the contract looks like.
Oh, okay. You got a soul contract.
I've come across in my travels here.
Okay. Well, come with me and take a seat. He pulls out this giant chair. He picks you up with his little finger and his thumb on the back of your cloak, and he plops you right down in the chair.
He has to pull me off the leg because when he said take a seat, I started trying to drag it out the door. Oh.
This one likes jokes. I guess. He takes a few books and sets them underneath you so you can sit on the table. All right. So where'd you get this soul contract, little raccoon man?
Ran into a bit of nastiness in a disappearing wizard tower. But, said nastiness went away and acquired the contract of his bodyguard.
Alright, let's take a look here. He digs out, excuse me. He digs into his drawer and pulls out an eye patch. No. Monocle. No. Giant pair of sunglasses. Oh, there we go. Puts it on his head. I can't read anything but Abyssal and Deep Ogre. So, alright. Looks like this is the soul contract for one Floozy Cartwright. Is that the one? Sounds like. Yep, Floozy Cartwright is this woman's name.
It was the 50s. They left her out of Bonanza.
You do remember him calling her Floozy, thinking that the demon was just being disrespectful.
Yeah, no.
Or her given name is
Okay.
Floozy Cartwright. Says here this is a binding contract. Whoever holds said soul is in soul possession. While on the same plane of existence, you control and said. Okay, well, is this Floozy still alive somewhere?
She didn't appear to be so alive when we left her, but...
Okay, well, corpses ain't gonna really do much for you there, little guy. Unless you have a... Well, if you had a necromancer at the time that could maybe resurrect Floozy, you could maybe have sort of a zombie sort of companion. Perhaps maybe one named Charlie. But we can't really do that right now.
Call her Zuzi.
yeah. Floozy.
So right now, you got about two choices. You could let Floozy go, rip the contract up. She goes to whatever she calls heaven. I don't know, beauty school up in the sky. I don't know. Or you can keep the contract and put the soul in a new vessel. Could be a homunculus. Could be some sort of construct. Some sort of sentient item. You got like a hairbrush you want to talk to when you do your hair. You got like I don't know, you really don't like this lady, you could make her like a dog do scooper, I don't know. Whatever you want.
How would one go about doing something like that?
Oh, easy. He just he pulls aside this giant blood covered circle, stone circle on the wall. There's shackles, and he's like, don't mind the shackles. That's for people who don't want to participate. Anyway, this is a soul transfusion circle. You would just put this contract in the same circle as whatever object you would want to transfer it into. It has to be an inanimate object, or a magical being, or a homunculus, an artificially created being. And then Floozy's soul would occupy said item, or homuncula, whatever. And the item would gain a sort of sentience and could maybe do, talk to you when you're lonely. I don't know, get you tea, whatever you wanted to do, man. It's yours. You got the contract.
Well, what do you suppose would happen if she were put in, say, a weapon or some armor or something like that?
I could maybe give it a few magical properties depending on how much Floozy likes you. Depends. The souls have some bit of magic to them. It might involve rolling on some kind of randomized table. Creating some from scratch. Things are very chaotic.
Ooh, it sounds tantalizing. He gently takes the contract back. Floozy, how'd you like to kill some more? Shake once for yes, shake no twice for no.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work, little guy.
No, Peg shakes it once. Well, you heard the lady, mister. Could I pay you for such a service?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sir, this is I had breakfast. Yeah, that's real weird.
All right.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Well, tell me what.
We actually serve breakfast here.
Well, tell you what. You do this for me, and I'll throw in a tip. I'll get you a fine breakfast and bring it back to you.
We're good on breakfast. I'll tell you. Okay. Okay. What do you want to put it in?
he's gonna pull out the short bow that he's been carrying around. This could pack a little more punch.
Okay. So you want to enchant your short bow there. You are aware that said short bow will have a mind of its own after you put a soul in it. So you might have to build a rapport with the short bow.
I think I could win her back.
She could shoot and snatch arrows.
We did free her after. Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Good one.
All right, I think I can maybe make that work. I'm willing to take the chance.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, okay. Let's see. How much gold you got on you there, little fuzzy guy?
Yeah, I got about a little over 1,500.
Ho! Looks like it's gonna cost you about 1,500.
Okay.
All right. It worked. Puts it over in his, pulls out his pocket, puts it in there. All right. Let's get some mood music here going.
Mood music.
Gotta get some floozy music.
Oh, God.
Puts on Careless Whisper.
Wait, I thought we were doing Creed.
No, that's what we do on the ship.
Okay, fair.
Alright. I need to find this particular book.
Do we have a line drawn around the edge of the ship about 6 feet from the edge?
And we like to think there, right?
Was it maybe 6 feet ain't that far down or something?
Well,
Yeah.
6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking that was the.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
It's floating 6 feet in the air. Yeah, I can make it.
Just says no cuddling beyond this point, because it's hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge.
No cutting. Well, I mean, it is a cuttlefish, right?
Where'd I put that damn book?
The heads are just bickering a little bit.
I was like, don't expect me to look for it.
Yeah. Oh, I think I hear it. Dumbass.
Yeah, you're definitely complaining at me. It's making me find it faster.
Well, it's got a hardbound cover. Or you could. No, yeah, it's gonna be tough to find in here.
Let's see. Give me just a second here. I may have to re-download it. It's a book called Wonderful Shops and Where to Find Them.
Oh, nice. A supplement.
Yeah.
Alright, what other Creed jokes do we have?
I'm pretty sure my expertise of Creed ends right about there.
Oh, come on, we can take you higher.
See, you got me. I got nothing.
Oh, it's because I'm trying to do this and the one that don't have it saved on. Okay.
That might be a problem.
But anyway, so I might be gonna try to steer the weapon or whatever case. Here, he hands you this pamphlet.
Okay.
Written in common, but it's like obviously like got demon. It's like written on like the skin of a calf or something.
In like English common.
it's got like the you know how the mysterious instructions have like Spanish and French. This has like a missile of demonic hand common on it, and it's like the pamphlet is titled "So You've Decided to Own a Sentient Weapon." And I will give you the sentient weapon rules rundown later.
Okay.
But so you'll have like a sort of what to expect when using a sentient weapon.
Yeah.
You know, peruse that at your leisure while I prepare the circle. It'll be just a minute.
Floozy's about to come high strung.
Ooh, womp womp.
Sorry, this book better be on here or I'll be pissed.
I mean, if you have to, it can remain a normal short bow for now.
No, we'll just decide what it has later. That's all.
Okay. I say I'm not too confused. Let's call it a tune then or something. I wonder if Google still does that thing where you type in worst band in the universe and the first result is Creed. They used to do that back in the day, but
I don't know. I didn't know they did that.
We got it.
They weren't one of my favorite bands, but I didn't mind them.
huh?
So they weren't one of my favorite bands, but I didn't
I
mind them.
hate them, but yeah, that was just a joke at the time that they're the worst band in the world we were
I
in.
thought that was.
Well, Nickelback took it after a while, yeah.
Nickelback.
Look at this photograph.
It wasn't necessarily the fact that Nickelback. They're just kind of trashy. Like with your pants around your feet or whatever.
They have a lot of story songs. I'm not
Yeah.
as big on those.
Like, eh.
They were kind of on par with Creed with me. I didn't hate them. They had a few catchy songs, but I don't own any of their albums or anything like that.
Okay.
Actually, I do have one Creed album, but it was my brother had it originally. He didn't care for it, and I had Americana from. Who did Pretty Fly for a White Guy? It's on that album.
Offspring.
Yeah, it's Offspring.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen here
Okay.
is you're gonna roll a d20. Take this. He hands you a die. No, just do it. You're gonna do it right now.
D20. Alright. 10.
Okay. This is gonna be the base minor power until this thing gets a little bit better with you.
A little more gutspa.
It's got a sound enchantment. Whenever you fire it, okay, whatever the bolt hits can make a sound, like a voice. So maybe Floozy can say something, maybe about 10 to 15 words worth of something. One of her bolts hits something.
Create a sound or voice. Okay.
That's gonna be the base power until you build a little bit more of a rapport with it. We'll say possibly every few hits that you make with this weapon that are successful, it could be builds up a confidence a little bit.
Every few hits.
The blind head on Charlie. So tell her you appreciate her a lot too. They like that.
Maybe buy her dick.
Just oil her and like re-string her once in a while. I just like that.
Remind her she looks pretty.
Yeah. Tell her she's a real good bow.
Haggis will accept
Highly
the bow.
accurate.
Highly accurate. Haggis will accept the bow. Oh, thank you greatly for the service.
Okay, now
And he winks.
we're not quite done. They're gonna give me another d20 roll.
Okay. How about 15 this time?
Okay.
Just every arrow, she just does the Wilhelm scream.
Oh, okay. Every time you roll a 1, she's gonna really bitch you out about it. So every time you roll a 1, like a big miss,
Yeah.
she is gonna make a lot of noise. And as you take, it was a short bow, right?
Yeah.
So as you put the bow in, and it starts to sort of crackle and change. Floozy, I remember, was like a blonde. She wore like black leather, so it's got like a black leather handle because she was an assassin. And
Honestly, not a very good one.
What about against you guys? Okay, like come on. And the core, like the bowstring itself, is like this midnight black, like unbreakable, enchanted bowstring.
I should use that to strangle people.
And as you start to like sort of grab the item and start to get to like you're in consciousness with it, he says, "Am I can kind of feel something, like someone's holding me, or what? Oh, it's you." And she kind of realized, wait a minute, what happened to my body? I feel kind of stiff, but also kind of springy at the same time.
Well, madam, I brought you back from, the ogre. What's your name again, sir?
Charlie, one-eyed Charlie. My name's Ned, but nobody cares.
Well, Charlie and Ned here, I brought you to him, and they brought you back from the brink. That old boss of yours, he's such a scoundrel, he took off and left you for dead. But we made sure to remedy that for you. He's just gonna kind of be gentle about it and everything, but now, lass, you get the kill again. Would you like a little revenge?
The single bit of like fluid goes down the bowstring. You see, like, Captain, he didn't mean anything. He said what he said. He thought I was the best assassin, did he? And just water starts pouring from the bow. And it's like, maybe you want to give her a minute. She's got a lot to take in right now. But yeah, you got yourself your enchanted magical bow there.
Haggis, kind of with a smile on his face, but we're like, this is like kind of weird. He's just like, all right, I'll give you your quiet, but if you ever need to talk, I'll be right here. He just kind of pops it back on his back where he had it.
Okay, it starts to wet the back of your shirt a little bit, but it's got that warm magical item feel.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go over sentient magical items. We'll get her a proper evolved power once she levels up, essentially.
Okay.
So we're just gonna give her a little bit of a something for right now.
Yes.
Give her some time.
Give her some time.
Some mental health things.
All right, cool.
All right.
Well, there you go, little thing. Is there anything else you want?
You've been very generous with your services today. I'm very pleased. Can I leave you a review on the mages board?
Here, yeah. Here, take this. Okay. Now sign this book.
What exactly am I saying?
Just sign it.
Haggis takes out an old bottle, like a spyglass, and kind of starts to look over. Is it something I recognize? Language?
Can you read every language?
No.
It's nothing.
Common, gnomish, animal, thieves can't.
Nope.
Nothing.
Trust me, it's
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
it's a guest book.
He actually takes the ink and stamps his paw instead.
Oh, that's gonna be extra potent. All right, cool. All right. Claps it. Like the screams of a dozen dying souls. The scream as he shuts the book, puts it on a shelf like way high. All right, cool. Well, thanks. Come on by whenever you want.
Haggis listens for any voices. Okay then, well thank you very much for
Oh, dinner's ready.
Well have at it, sir. I'll be on my way. Scurries out the door before anything else happens.
All right. Yeah, that's what Charlie. He's definitely gonna be your infernal magic, dark sort of like demonic source of knowledge.
I like where this is going.
He's sort of like.
You gotta include the word daddy now, because it's...
Because dark is adjacent to dank, and I love dank places. With all the garbage and wonderful smells.
But yeah, so he's more like that kind of source for you.
Okay,
So
sweet.
yeah. Who'd like to go next? not everybody at once.
Yeah.
Do we have a party fund?
Do you? Does anybody have a party fund listed on their on the sheet and the notes?
I thought Jared was taking notice of that.
No, I wasn't.
Got all sorts of stuff right now
Amy,
for a party fund.
okay.
Yeah. 1,820 altogether. It's 6,000 copper, 1,950 silver, 1,500 gold, and then we also have 9 gems worth 100 gold each, a giant pearl, 7 giant coins, a giant dark iron ring.
Oh yeah, your stuff you were selling.
Yeah.
3 tons of textiles and 200 gold of jungle art, and we still have 24.
Oh
of
yeah, the
mutant
200
health
gold of
potions.
jungle art.
We have inventory.
We have all
What's this, a bunch of dream catchers?
sorts of crap.
We should just open a stall somewhere here.
Do we want to divvy that up, or what's
I want 2 pieces of jungle art.
But I mean, yeah, we can divvy it up or spend it on something or whatever. But
Well, you
Right.
remember that you had those items for fencing, so you go back
yeah.
and okay. So I got a buyer for the. I can't get all these that same voice for the same guy.
No, you're
but I
fine.
like
We
it.
understand. Expedite.
I've got a buyer. Let's see here. With that Residium Pearl.
Oh, and one more thing. This is gonna take you about a day to figure out. No, I'm kidding.
I got a buyer. He wants 2,000 GP. Was it a fair offer for your giant Residium Pearl there, little furry one?
What do you guys think? I can't hawk this myself.
I have no idea what a giant pearl's worth. I'm a dumb dinosaur.
How much is it worth in chicken wings?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
a lot?
A lot.
2,000 for that?
Yeah.
God, do I have any idea what the worth would be?
You could try knowledge or insight.
Oh, nat 19. With 3, so 22.
You know that rare magical items usually go between 501 GP to 5,000. So you're looking at about a mid-rarity price.
Probably won't find a better offer unless we take it with us other places.
Or do you find a use for it?
Or a use even.
Yeah.
And what is it again?
It's
The
Residium, so it's magical. It's basically raw magical power.
Well, are we hard up for cash right now? Is anybody starving for an upgrade they can't afford or anything? Because we could just hold on to it and sell it when we need.
I mean, I'm not.
I'm fine right now myself.
I mean, I've got my thing I was gonna buy, so
Well, why don't you hear this out? Because you gave me this. You want additional spells. I put some feelers out there. You told me, oh, what kind of thing magical items you may be looking for in trade? Well, I got this. He holds up a little box and opens it up. This is a ring of spell storing. It looks like a those like rings, the 2-finger rings that like Doctor Strange wears.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the spinners. That kind of looks like that, but it's got a bunch of magical writing on the outside. And so what you can do can hold up to 5 levels worth of spells in there, and they can store it for however long you want to put them in there. And then when you want to use it, you just expel that spell again, and use it. So when you have a day you're not going to cast anything, you just put a spell in there, biggity bam. You have more spell slots you can use. You want 3,000 for it. It's rare.
You say this is a client of yours.
We got dozens of clients. Oh, I was an Englishman. Oh, we got dozens of clients. Sometimes I go into weird, raspy old men voice.
Yeah, that's a mighty fine offer, but I don't think I'm willing to spend more than what the gem or the pearl itself is worth.
Well, you also had the X coming that was the the Giant Slayer X. You get 2,000 for that as well.
Now that, you have yourself a deal. I just pulls it out of the garbage sack, whomp, flops it on the floor.
Alright, so do you want me to tell the seller of the spell storing ring that you're interested in it, or to pass?
Tell her if he knocks off another 500, we'll talk.
Okay. Give me a persuasion at disadvantage because you're doing it like through a person.
Through a person, okay. Persuasion?
Yeah.
14 is the lower plus 1. 15.
Okay, 15.
14 and 17.
Alright, well, I'll put my feelers out and see what he says.
Mighty fine of you. How would I come in contact with you?
You just come back. I mean, I got your axe here and hold it in the... Oh, no, you sold the axe, so that's a...
Yeah.
Do you want to hold on to your pearl, or do you want to keep that in the market?
I'll hold on to the pearl for now.
All right, just come back to the guild, and we'll have the contact information.
Sounds good to me.
That said 3,000 for that.
3,000 for the ring.
Yeah, okay.
And then 2,000 per item.
Yeah.
To sell or whatever.
Oh, technically, Jared, it was a $50 fencing fee, so it's $19.50.
Okay, 1950. House gets a cut. Okay.
Look, you're not selling multiple items. We collect 50 per item.
I mean, if we want to do the entire inventory, we can, but I'd almost rather do that off screen if,
That's fine.
yeah, if we're gonna unload everything.
You guys got any jungle art? We were looking for jungle art.
Alright.
Bunch of made out of like bits of sand.
It's a sin. I mean, if you seriously ask him. If you seriously ask him, but yeah, otherwise.
It's like stone carved like hunter statues and like fertility idols and stuff that jungle elves would make.
The blind one in particular. Oh, we gotta get there.
Oh, the way it looks, you can't even. I like the way it looks. You can't even see it.
It gives off an aura.
It feels okay. I like the way my fingers feel on it. Okay. But yeah, that's the offer standing right now.
Okay, we can come back to it or whatever.
Okay. All right. Let's go with you, Andy.
All right.
Let's see.
Andy, you said you got that pearl listed on your inventory?
Yeah, I got it all
Okay.
written down. All the random crap.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna erase it from mine, so I don't think I have a second one for some reason.
All right. Ominous.
Spike's like, what's happening?
Fighting the boss, it sounds like.
Bork. I totally am in my weapon slot gonna have floozy shortbow written. Should I consider the bow a magical item now?
Oh yes. It's a sentient item.
Oh, the name like Floozy, it sounds kind of mundane. I think that would hurt Andy a little.
I was trying not to laugh too loud.
don't want to be too serious, but I want it to be kind of fun. So let's go. Let's do an oldie but a goodie. All right.
The boy starts crying again. This was my favorite song.
We cut to the park. Cut to Battle Pet Arena in the park.
Alright.
It's nice sunny day out here on the rock. Interstellar storms are abated. Nice bright multiple suns everywhere. A lot of parents have showed up with their kids being like, oh, we gotta take Dylan to Battle Pets.
Battle Pets, oh boy.
Alright. Have you packed his jukes box? Okay.
Is Tom's parents there?
Let's discuss that. Does Tom have parents?
Hell no, you don't have any parents.
I think he probably does. At least one of them.
Okay. I'll let you do a little bit of the lore building here. What does Tom have?
Alright, I wanna say he's got a dad.
Tom's got a dad, okay.
Didn't Andy do the background thing that we did?
He did not.
Not for Tom.
Not for Tom.
Oh, not for Tom, true. Okay,
Yep.
it's like, okay.
Tom is a mystery and wrapped in an enigma. What does Tom's dad look like?
I like the thing Spike doesn't
like-
know any of this because he's only paid attention during the
Yeah.
meeting.
Attention to Tom. Probably just like an older Tom.
Older Tom?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm thinking just like a little Tom is his mini-me.
Okay,
Gee
alright.
Willikers, guys, I don't know about this.
They're like the most wholesome dad and like son
Ned
on the
Flanders,
rock.
pretty much. God.
He's like a 50s dad. He's got a pipe.
Yeah.
Gosh, you guys look famished. Let me throw some meat on the grill.
I was gonna make some
Spike's
sandwiches.
like, oh, yeah. Sandwiches.
I remember you now.
Yeah.
Spike, you want the crust cut off your
Yeah, your
your
sandwich.
sandwich?
Oh boy.
I want pancakes in the shape of dinosaurs.
He's secretly
Flying
the
saucers and you'll love it.
He's secretly a chicken wing addict because of Tom's dad.
Tom's yeah.
Tom did it because, or his dad did it because he thought it was ironic that dinosaurs, essentially birds, are eating
dinosaurs. Yeah.
more dinosaurs again.
Here we go. There's Tom. So his dad is a little bit more of a grown-up version of Tom. All right, son. Well, it's good to see you out here making good on your promises. Said you were going to do your homework. You got back from your latest job out there at the crew of the. You said it's a trading ship, right? Yeah, Dad.
Sure is.
Sure is. All right, because I don't want you fooling around no pirates.
Oh, never.
Of course not.
And Tom, no way, shape, or form, not trying to hide it, winks at Spike. Right, Spike?
Spike obviously winks back.
I don't know what's wrong with your eyes, son, but all right, let's get your head in the game. You got three opponents this week. I hear Dewey's really gunning for you. Him and that Aloysius. Let me pull up here.
Aloysius.
All right. So you remember how this works? You have 3 fights. It's going to be perform a wisdom or perception insight test to study your opponent's strategy. You're going to be able to see what he's strongest at. It's going to be 10 plus your opponent's CR. Success on this gives you advantage on one of your battle rolls. Battle, you and your opponent are going to choose a stat for your attack. You're going to compare results. If you win the best of 2 out of 3, you're victorious. If you lose, you're knocked out and lose the match. But you can use inspiration and luck points to influence these rolls. And if you win, you're paid 500 times the CR of your opponent. You're also progress up a bracket standings after every 3 brackets. The order increases by 100 GP. Loss knocks you down 1 bracket. You can do 3 battles per week.
Alright.
So you're currently ranked 3, so it's going to be 800 times the CR of your opponent is what you're going to win in prize money.
Okay, sick.
You get 3 fights. Let's see here. I would like some player participation in this as well. Who would like to roll for the first opponent?
I'll roll for the first opponent.
Okay.
Stogie better break out those llama dice for this.
My llama dice are out.
Oh,
That's
no.
what I rolled the 19 on. So
Oh no!
I was gonna break out the Halloween dice.
Damn destructive llama.
What level
dice.
are you?
Level 5.
Those are the ones that shot the
Yeah.
blinded hits.
Were they the ones that shot Spike though?
I don't remember.
Spike doesn't care if Stogie's behind him, he's moving out of the way.
Spike, we got you this enchanted rear view mirror to put on your head.
For the 20.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay. So, Jared,
Yo.
I'm going to send you an image, personal chat image here.
Alright.
And
No screen watching for Andy. No, over here.
Oh. Just close my eyes then, I guess.
What'd you roll? I don't know.
actually, I can just send you.
Someone tell me.
No, it'd be faster to just do this. You're really just going to go by the stats anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
That is your monster. So who walks out with? So we got Andy stabbing out here with Spike. Andy's got his sword in his sheath. He's like cracking his knuckles.
Ready for it.
He's like tightening his bandana.
You mean Tom?
Tom, yeah, Tom. All right, let's go.
Let's go, Tom.
And who walks out?
It's this cute little pachyderm looking creature with big floppy ears, little red bits on the end of the ears. It comes out and sprays water all over the place, all over the ground, and comes forward and stomps its foot a few times like it's ready to go.
I think I know that. I think that's called a Dunbar. You see 2 little pig tusks in the mouth.
And then you see it whip its head over and snort at Tom for
Who's the
saying-
battle pet trainer?
The battle pet trainer was the final battle's gonna be his rival. Okay.
Do it.
We're gonna say this guy's name is Doug Brown.
Doug Brown.
Doug Brown. The most
He's like 25. He
Yes.
like works as a page in an office.
In a suit, yes.
Yeah.
It's Doug Brown. He comes from the planet that's all bureaucracy. Nothing but bureaucracy. This is how he cuts loose after work.
Yeah, he's got his tie pulled out. He's
Yeah.
like, all right, Dunbar, let's do this.
I had a bitch of a client today.
A bitch of a client today. All right, Dunbar.
He's on and off
Doug
with
Brown.
sending. He's on and off with a sending stone though.
And, yeah, he's got to call. Fuck, I got to call. So, all right, Doug, you send out your animal there. You guys are starting to do your practice. Andy, would you like to do your training roll?
Sure.
So be either perception or insight.
Probably perception. Yeah, better with perception. Probably not gonna do very good.
Yeah, the CR is going to be 14.
I got 8.
Or not the CR, but the DC is going to be 14. Alright. So could be a couple things, could be whatever. You know what stat you're going to be rolling with, because that's going to be your best stat.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
So it's
see
going to be a
what you
D20 plus whatever stat you want to use.
Roger.
There's a attack type whatever advantage, so you're going to declare what you're using, he's
Okay.
going to declare what he uses, and then you're going to roll off, we're going to compare it, see who wins.
Okay.
So, Spike, you also have all your abilities,
Okay.
and you have your ability to polymorph as well. So you can change your stats. This is sort of your secret, like, your ace in the hole weapon. You can kind of cheat at battle pets. You can become a different battle pet.
Okay.
If you would like.
Alright. I don't think I'm going to this time. I'm
Okay.
going to stay as a little dinosaur Spike.
Base form
Yeah.
Spike. Okay. So you step out, you got your battle instruments there. The dumb boar steps out. He's... Alright, roll it up. Give me a 2d20. One for each. Alright, what'd you get?
With the bonus, declare my attack.
Declare your stat and what'd you get total?
I'm going to use strength, and I rolled a 12.
Okay.
So plus my stat will be 18.
18. What'd you get?
I'm going to use wisdom, but I rolled a 4.
So
So I got
4 plus your strength.
4 is-
Or what was wisdom? So 4 is 8 plus 2 is 10. So 1 hit against you. Bam. Dumbor just steps on you. Boom. Fuck. That's right, Dumbor. No, sell. I told him to sell.
Waffles, tasty.
This is how he relaxes.
Look, jungle art is hot right now. Sell it.
You say jungle art?
No, Dumbor, you're doing great.
Mister, I got jungle art.
All right. No, keep in there, son. You can't stop your dinosaur forever. All right. So strength is going to be his big. So you're probably good with your wisdom there.
All right.
Go ahead and roll it again. Number 2.
Right?
It's a little better.
Dumbor is going to anticipate an attack and use con this time.
All right. So con. So plus 2. So what'd you get? What's your con was 3.
My con was plus 3, and I rolled an 8.
So 12.
11.
11. You still using your wisdom, so you
Yep.
get a 14. So one for Spike.
There you go.
Bam. All right. So
Didn't
he's like
anticipate it.
he does like the DBZ like lift. He like lifts the foot of the Dumbor and then like kind of body throws him off of him, and Spike's like got like this like around it.
My God.
This is bad. I gotta call you back. This kid's got battle aura. Hangs up. All right, Dumbor, we're gonna take this seriously.
Oh no.
All right, let's go.
All right. Dumbor.
This is best 2 out of 3. So this is gonna decide it.
Oh. Dumbor is going to use Trampling Charge because he is extra pissed off. That is a strength-based attack.
Okay, well we're keeping it simple. We're just doing the D20 rolls.
Okay, well, it's
Yeah,
same
but-
thing.
gotcha.
I guess flavor.
It's the flavor. You're doing
Yeah.
trampling charge. All right. Oof. All right. Well, do you have anything you want to use for a reroll?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my inspirations.
Okay, so go ahead and reroll that. So you just what'd you get for your result?
You rolled a 10.
Okay.
Plus the 6.
Plus a 6.
So
Okay,
16.
16. Oh! So you
Alright.
trample like it looks like once again that like you're just all over Spike, and once again he lifts up Dumbor with an 18 and throws his ass into the ring. Oh my! In a stunning upset, that small lizard just body slammed an elephant out of the ring. Let's see. It looks like he clipped a few parrots.
You see Doug Brown on the sidelines do that total anime thing where his glasses wash over white. He pushes them up his face. He ends his call and he's like, "We're gonna file this when we get home." grabs Dumbor and
Puts him in his battle trapezoid.
Does a polite little bow to Spike and Tom and walks off.
All right, so you got your. It was a DC 4 plus 800. So 4 times 8, 2,400. Yes. Bam.
For how much money I got?
Yes.
Alright.
Who would like to play the next opponent?
I'll take that.
You want to take that? Okay.
Here come the llama dice.
No, it's a Halloween dice.
Halloween. Okay, he's going scary.
Well, at
Well,
least
scary.
it won't shoot me in the ass, I guess.
See, that's the beautiful part. He doesn't remember what set of dice did that. So you're playing Russian roulette every time now.
Because I've had a bad stretch and been swapping out dice. I don't remember which one it was.
Yes, Micah, that's exactly what I was picturing. Your icon, your emote.
No, it's Brock.
Oh, Brock did it. I'm sorry. I just seen
I
it.
was like, I didn't do it.
I figured the whole anime thing, sliding the glasses.
All right,
Yeah.
give me a D20 roll, please.
Brock got it.
16.
16. 1, 2, 3.
I'm pulling the name in the same place I pulled Oracle of Vita Natru, the bad lip readings when they go through the football stars, their names, rattling out their names. There's a whole bunch of just random ass names because of bad lip reading. So
Okay.
I wasn't ready for that.
You were waiting.
Well, while you guys were fighting, I was scrolling through like, here's a couple good options.
All right, I am sending you your stats. You're gonna roll based on your just these stats here.
Oh, man, get comfy over there.
I forgot to open up Discord.
Oops.
Okay. That is your battle pet.
The blood one.
Who is the? I need your trainer and the description of your battle pet.
The flying lion, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. You get this.
it's kind of the eagle's head.
No, that's right. The eagle's head. Okay. It looks, like a pretty big lion comes charging out, except for it's got an eagle's head and wings. And it kind of flaps up. Does it have fly? It does have fly. It kind of flats up and hovers a little bit and lands again and spits a little bit. And out steps the trainer, Queese Boringman.
Queese boring man. All right, Queese. What's Queese look like?
Imagine a guy who looks like
Queese.
Yeah, let's just go that way.
Use your imagination.
We are,
What's your average quiz?
He looks like your average Queese.
Love Gray Queese.
Well, for all
He
right.
looks exactly as you think he would.
Yes. Queese is out there in their the battle moo.
Okay, he's got a battle boom move.
All right. And recover from your last fight. You're ready to go.
Ready to go.
We're gonna do a training. So
I do have one question. If I wild shape, do I stay wild shape throughout the rest of this if I choose to?
Well, you can drop it. You can. It's
Right.
Well, however long it would go, like
Yeah.
what, the
Right.
hour,
Just-
or
if
no,
I-
it's an hour per half your
Yeah,
druid
I think
level.
right now I could do
2.5 hours.
2.5.
But I think he can drop it if he wants.
If he wants,
Yeah.
yes, at will, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know if I was gonna be forced to go back to regular spike if I change now.
No, yeah, you're. As long as it basically functions however it functions in the game itself. So.
All right. And do I have to choose to do that before we start going, or if I'm losing, can I then?
You can do it mid-fight.
Okay.
It is your
Your prerogative.
it is Spike's special cheating ability.
He's part Ditto or
Yeah,
something
he's
like
his
that.
dad.
you know?
His grandfather was a Ditto.
Left him at the nursery.
The transform skill skips a generation. Yeah, well, his
does
eyes
a lot.
his eyes are just the dots. That's what you can tell.
I love it.
All right. So you go ahead and do your training.
Let's do this one.
So rolling perception or
It's gonna be he's training against you here.
You pick whatever you want.
Yeah. So
You get a small
what'd you
bonus
get?
if you pick the right
Rolling
thing.
out one.
No. Okay.
So I'm reading training.
You're you're thinking about you asshole. You're thinking about last week, Dewey. You got it in your head. You can't think about anything but Dewey. So you're not being able to gauge your opponent's strengths
All right.
at this opponent. All right. So what you're gonna both do is, like I said before, you're both gonna pick a stat, roll a 20. You declare what you roll after we say what the results are, and then we'll go from there. All right. Go ahead and give our first roll as Queese sends out their battle pet, the vicious Griffin,
That wasn't so great.
The Gryffindor.
the Gryffindor.
Door Griffin.
Why would I do anything other than the biggest stat?
Why wouldn't you?
Alright.
Yeah, it's your best. I'm not saying it's complex. I'm just saying this is the simple bit.
little dramatic.
Yeah. It's
Well, the
basically
thing is that up in the upper left, if you pick the right stat, against his, you get a little bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if he's just going to do wisdom every time, if your constitution with a bonus of 2 is better, then you do that instead.
Yeah. And like I said, so if he's rolling against your type advantage too and he gets a 20, it's an instant KO too. So, like if you rolled against him, like you said, I'm going to use my wisdom against him, and you rolled a nat 20, he would have got instant KO'd.
Yeah.
But, okay. So what'd you get?
I rolled a 13, so I got 17.
17 and using wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah, I rolled 6 plus 4.
Using strength.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gets the +2 versus that strength. So the first round, you go to dive bomb Spike. He rolls out of the way, slashes up with his claws. So you get 1 hit. So it's best 2 out of 3. Let's go round 2.
Spike's like, what's wrong with cooked chicken legs?
Looking at them chicken wings. No, maybe I'm not looking at them chicken wings.
You're getting distracted by the chicken.
All right, round 2. What'd you roll, Minor?
My own drool.
I went with Constitution this time.
Okay.
I rolled a 19 plus 3, so a 22.
He rolled a 1. So he's like real confident. You just full on, like you ever see like an eagle pick up prey where it just dive grasp like claws dig in. He would do that to Spike. His claws dig deep into his shoulders, and you just like fly up and you're pecking the shit out of him and drop him. So he hits the ground all like oh. All right. Final round.
I'm gonna use a wild shape. I'm gonna turn into a giant wolf.
Dire wolf.
Dire wolf.
Dire wolf. So you have dire wolf stats.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it brought up here already.
All right, you, Queese, you have to rub your many eyes as you see the small lizard turn into a dire wolf. Oh, that's cheating. It's a natural ability.
It's a natural ability.
I'll allow it.
The rules don't say a dog can't play basketball.
I get it.
Oh.
All right, what do we get?
My first roll again, a natural 6.
Natural 6.
I rolled
Going
a-
back to strength.
I rolled a 9 and I was using my strength, so I got +3. So I got.
So is it strength v strength then?
Yeah, sounds like it.
All right, so you got a 12
yes.
against
That's 10.
10. It's you dive bomb again, and this time he's a bigger, bulkier wolf. Just bites and takes you down for that last hit. So the winner. He wasn't Spike, but now I guess he's Wolfman.
Wolf Spike.
He's still Spike. He just looks different. All right, Spike is the winner.
Spike barks.
So this was he was only a CR3, or no, CR2. So this one was 800 GP.
800. Okay.
Queese ain't happy. You gotta be shitting me, man.
You gotta be queasing me.
You're queasing me. You put your griffin back in its battle trapezoid.
You gotta go to the battle hospital.
Yeah, you gotta go to the battle hospital.
You gotta fight to get healed.
Spike, having won, runs over to Tom and starts licking his face.
I'm hungry now.
Human flesh.
I'm
I
looking,
mean, chicken wings.
I'm looking at what a
yeah.
trapezoid looks like. It's like a cube. It's like a cube with like it's like they're very not shapely.
It would be uncomfortable.
You have to hold it at such a weird angle to get it to scan back.
And sometimes it doesn't work, so now open it up and blow it.
You gotta jiggle it a little bit.
Come up here.
Alright. It's the fight we've all been waiting for. If you know the schoolyard scrums across the rock of brawl. It's Dewey and his pet gargoyle, Aloysius. Alright. Aloysius comes out. You might look like a wolf, but you're still an idiot. That's right. Psych him out. Psych him out. All right.
Banned in Russia.
Whoops. Whoops.
I'm gonna take the pleasure of playing Dewey on this one.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, loser, let's go. You see, Ella was just kind of doing some practice. Go ahead and give me your training roll.
You're welcome, Brad.
Garbage today.
This episode, not viewing in Russia.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 7. Plus 1 is 8.
Okay. Still a little bit in your head. It was the calling you an idiot. It was like, oh man, show him it.
You were just on the high of beating Queez.
Yeah,
I'm missing out on those chicken wings. I thought I was gonna get them.
we can't show that on stream. Beating police. We'll get flies.
It's the scene, except he's just got that blurry filter over him.
He's got a blur over him. Oh god. All right.
Too hot for TV.
Too hot for Queese.
Yeah.
All right. Roll number 1.
Alright.
Let's do purple again.
The burns of fire type. You just got caught in a queeze fire.
I got a 14 in strength.
I rolled. I
Queeze
was using
fire,
Dex,
queeze
and I went. And I got +2, so 6 + 2 is 8.
Okay, so I got the first roll.
What was that?
Glides in and uses like his natural hard stone skin and just flies like right in your
He
gut.
said queeze fire.
Oh, right. I know it's called. I didn't know that was a reference to it.
All right. You hit him once, hit him again, we win. Do it.
What is it?
It's a 1.
Ooh.
Do you have anything else for a reroll?
Well, I guess I could use another inspiration.
I say don't let Dewey ward this over you.
Yeah.
Never let it go.
No.
Whoops.
Well,
Dice.
Spike just changed from a druid into a barbarian.
Come on.
Nice.
That's a little better. Alright.
All right. So I attacked him with my Constitution to get my natural stoneness. What does Spike do to counter the natural stoneness of the gargoyle?
I was gonna use strength this time.
Still in your wolf form?
Yeah, which is
Okay.
a +3.
Let's say
He's getting close to the edge. And he's
you do a full doggo just body tackle
Get it.
on him, just bam, and he's gonna do shoulder check you, but you just like pounce him down to the dirt. Did you just like
Where's the squeaking toy?
don't let him disrespect you like that? Show him your raw power.
Now
All right.
Spike, don't mount him this time. We've been through this.
Background here.
These confusing mammal thoughts that invade my mind.
Yeah, 10.
10.
In the background here, Queese telling his Griffin, like, man, just need some more time learning this Queesin art that I'm teaching.
Before I say my results, you have kind of a mid
Yeah.
roll there. Do you have anything? Do you want to keep it? Do you want to re-roll it?
Well, I got one more inspiration, I guess.
Okay, this is just like is that your final answer? Is he rolled kind of middle?
And if I re-roll it, I have to use the new one?
Use the better of
Use
the
the
two.
better.
Yeah.
Alright, just because I want to beat Aloysius, I'm going to use my inspiration.
The name is just
I want to...
you want to punch a person
on.
named that.
Nat 20!
Oh, womp womp.
Alright.
I'm gonna take the 10.
I'm glad you did because I rolled an 18. So, what stat are you using?
I was using my Constitution. this time.
Constitution. Alright. So it's not the instant KO, it's just a clean KO. How do you knock out Aloysius?
It was an RKO.
RKO, yeah, grab him, jump on him.
Shake him like a
I'm not
toy.
sure how a dog does an RKO, but oh my god!
Come at him with a steel chair.
in his mouth.
In his mouth. I'm thinking, because he was probably going to dive bomb me again, I'm just going to catch him, and I'm just going to shake him like a dog does, and I'm just going to toss him at Dewey as hard as I can.
Dewey gets a reflex save. He makes it, but he has a dive. Dewey...
In the mud.
I would say, yeah, he dives like in the mud face first, and Aloysius sails over him. busts into the fence. He's like, gets up, and everyone's like, ah. It's another, it was the same CR, so it would be another
800?
yeah.
Alright.
But he's like, ah.
Spike in wolf form is just gonna howl in victory in the middle of the battle arena.
He picks up Aloysius and he's like, we'll be back. We'll get back into your bracket and we'll kick your butt next time, fucker. And he's like, I told you not to swear. And his mom comes out of fucking nowhere like a goddamn eagle and like takes him by the ear, goes, ow, 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 and like leads him out. And then, yeah, it's like a Disney Channel original movie. It's everybody cheering for Spike and for young Tom. Tom's dad comes out. That was a good job battle petting, champ.
Battle petting. Did you win, son?
Spike hears hot dog in his ears perk
Yep,
up.
I hit the wrong one. We're back. No, you're fine.
Hot dog, you say?
Hot dog, you say? Alright. Battle Pet Arena. So you go to rank 4. Where things get more dangerous.
Where the petting gets heavier.
The petting gets heavier.
No.
Inspiration, I like that.
Nice.
The petting gets heavier. Alright. Congratulations.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
Heavy petting. Oh boy.
We'll say it's night. You guys are at your various like.
Just have to do anything?
It's still I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
It's nighttime. You guys are I'll say you guys are kind of just hanging out at the. You heard about Spike's win. He went to the headquarters here.
Oh, I thought it was an inn. It's not like I have a choice of inn if we go to one.
Where would you like to go?
The one with Lucky Luigi, the smiling behemoth.
Oh, you guys have been there before.
Yeah.
the dad takes you out for pizza. It's like Lucky Luigi's.
Luigi's just like a Chuck E. Cheese. Is that what you're saying?
He's run by a giant beholder, and he's Luigi.
It's more like a Little Caesars back in the day. They had a few of those arcade games.
Yeah.
It's like a Caesar land. It was like
But they serve alcohol still too. Yeah.
So the dad's like, "Is this beer?" And so the adults are like having like beer and pizza, and like Tom, Spike, and like we'll say, two toes are like playing like fucking.
Toes can't eat the pizza anymore. So.
He's just there for the games. He's like a ringer at like skee ball.
Because he reaches all the way forward with his rooted hand and drops the ball in. Oh, I love it.
So everybody's at the tables. Everybody's kind of joining in tonight's. On Tom's dad, big Tom. As you guys are eating your food there, Jesse. You hear
so many
coming from around the side of a big crane game. It's a little gangplank. I have that thing you wanted if you would like to see it.
I would very much like to see it.
Meet me in the parking lot.
in the parking lot.
It's hot.
Luigi floats over. Hey, is there any illicit business going on over here? Because I want a part of it.
I want that part.
Cut me in.
You hear somebody in the background. There's so many animals in here. Isn't this against the health code?
Hey, no.
No.
I wrote the health.
I am the health code.
I am the health code.
What is the health code?
He blasted anti-magic ray.
You don't have
I am
any
the health code. You guys go up behind the shop here. He says, "All right, this is gonna hurt for like a few seconds. Okay, so count to 3. 1."
And then she does it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She has like a ratchet, and she cranks it at the same time she pulls, and like from your bicep, you just hear this sort of pop as your like circuitry and like the things that connect your arm to like your main trunk of your body are like popped and like disconnected. So they kind of dangle. Some sparks come out, and then she takes a new arm. It's sort of like I guess describe it to me. How do you want your new arm to look?
Sexy.
Sexy, yes.
Kind of like Winter Soldier.
Like okay, like a series of like stacked, almost like lobstery plates.
Yeah, you know they look like they can like
Like slide back.
pull back on themselves, like someone could come out. Yeah.
Okay. So now your primary arm. I guess are you right-handed or left-handed?
In my mind, I always picture left-handed.
Okay, so your left arm. Your left hand is now this lobster, obviously metal, like steel arm. All right. Okay. Now the trick is you need to set a thought to make your arm collapse. So I'm gonna hold down this button, and you're gonna think about something. It could be like clouds. It could be, I don't know, a starfish. I don't know, whatever.
Starfish.
Whenever you think about that, your arm's gonna transform. So don't make it something you think about all the time. Like if you love hot dogs, don't make it hot dogs, or else your arm's gonna turn into a gun like constantly. Okay. So
Don't do cowboy butts either.
I know you. She twists and hold on a button, and you feel like this tightness, like in your whole body. Like, okay, think about it. And tell what you got to tell me. Okay, and I'll release it.
Okay.
And she pulls her finger off, and all of a sudden, like you feel like a click, like something that wasn't connected before is now fully connected. And she said, "All right, you're good to go. I can make some expansions on this base model. So it's like I told you, it's going to do the base weapon. I'm keeping the 3d6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
We're counting it as magical piercing damage. You're not firing physical bullets, but it's like a small hardened, like Mega Man's done. You're firing like little energy bolts.
Lemons.
Lemons. Yeah, firing lemons. It's like you won't leave behind like a casing, or like if you shoot somebody, it's like leave like a bolt in them. It's like just to be like a burning magical,
An energy.
like piercing bolt. Is that what you wanted, or do you want a physical?
No, that's great. I'm trying to think of what to call it.
Okay.
Arm harm.
Well, while you're branding over there, when we go back inside and play some of the games, quote unquote, she's gonna wink.
Quote unquote.
I missed the timing when you were like, think of something, that'll be the code where I was gonna be like, just then Queese comes running by with a griffin, like, come on, just a little harder.
Queese.
Sports training montage going on.
Oh, you know what the thought is? Is that fucking kid falling in Harambe's pit.
Okay, bold choice.
Speaking of that, like this whole thing going around on the internet, like 100 men versus a girl.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So my favorite video I've seen about it is on like of the 100 men, the first person of those 100 guys, the first one that's going in is that kid that went to Harambe's pen. He's got to be old enough now.
You get your revenge, your first licks.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
know only John will get this, but I saw one today. It was a TikTok, and it was like, POV, you're the 100th man versus the gorilla. And it was Monster Hunter.
Just saw
This
that
guy fighting Rajang, and all of a sudden Rajang went Super Saiyan and just like grappled him and blasted him in the face.
Fuck. So you guys step back in through the back door, and you see this wide array of games, and you see a target game. And she says, "All right, Luigi, I got some testing to do. Just don't worry about this. I'll pay you back later." All right, I don't like the sound of that, but okay. I don't really have a choice in this, do I?
I don't like the sound of that.
You step up, and it's like like a shooting gallery. There's like a small gnome like cranking behind it. Then it's got like ducks or like I don't know vampire. There's like all sorts of weird galactic monsters. Like Cthulhu's flying through the air. All right, give it a whirl. So go ahead and give me an attack roll with your new gun.
20.
Dirty 20 or nat 20?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You're able to nail one of the smaller targets like pretty well. Your arm, like your hand folds down, and your whole inside of that lobstered arm is that like mechanical bio muscle, but now it's pulled back and like covered with like bolts and sort of like bits of metal to form this long barrel that sort of forms as your hand folds down. And then you just left-handed naturally aim it like you're gonna aim like off your wrist, and just your eyes follow it perfectly. So that's gonna be you got one bullseye. Go ahead and roll 2 more.
27.
27. Okay. You're able to target one of the small. There's like one small comet that like flies past every like 30 seconds. You're able to peg that one. Bing! So you get another bullseye. Go ahead and roll me one more.
12.
Okay. 3 bullseyes would have been great. 2 bullseyes is okay.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. You fire and you almost hit one of the there's like a Cthulhu like doing like a shuffle like across the bottom.
Cthulhu shuffle.
Add 6. 18.
18.
Without a fit.
It's still 20. Is gonna be the pinnacle. But you find you're able to kind of like twist your arm a little and give it a little bit of give the bullet a little bit of play, so you can kind of swing your shot around a little bit. But 2 out of 3. Let's get you a prize.
Another beer.
Another beer. I like this game. Let's use this. Jesse, give me a percentage roll.
$89.
89, okay. You're level 4, right? Or what level are you?
5.
5. You get 2 tickets. No, you get 89 tickets. That's how many tickets you got. And you look at it, you go to the prize counter, and people there. This is all new. This was not here last time you were here. Checkers exploded. And that is like the new, like it funded this whole brand new games section of the Happy Beholder. It went from dive bar to family restaurant. So then you take it to the ticket counter, and you notice the one prize you can afford is a bag of beans.
Yes.
They're magical fruit.
The more you eat.
Inside this heavy cloth bag are 3d4 dry beans. So please roll me 3d4.
I love this
Spike,
item.
you step outside for a moment to get some fresh air. Some guys are, hey kid, you want some tickets?
You want some beans?
No. You remember this item
Oh, I'm pretty sure I know these items.
from Dungeons and Daddies?
With baked beans?
Yes.
I used them in Jesse's campaign
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh, God, you summoned like a fucking pyramid inside
A
of a
cigarette
necropolis.
inside
Yes.
of a cigarette, yeah.
So yes, we just uncorked something kind of big.
Was it apple juice coming out of the top of
RNG.
the thing? Was it apple juice coming out of the top of the thing?
Yeah.
Versus the daddies? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, all you need is a little bit of dirt and some water, and then you plant it, and it instantly does whatever it's supposed to.
4, 7, 9.
9 beans.
And wait.
Okay.
Spike eats
As the
one.
prophecy foretold.
Spike eats one. I have to poop. Leave now.
So, if you dump the bag's contents on the ground, they explode in a 10-foot radius extending from the beans. Each creature in the area, including you, must make a 15 DC saving throw, or take 5d4 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Okay. If you remove a bean from the bag, plant it in dirt or sand, and then water it, the bean produces an effect 1 minute later from the ground it was planted. The DM can choose an effect from the following table, turn it randomly, or create an effect. So, there's 2. I'm not going to tell you what these all do.
There's like 100 of them.
There's a D100.
Yeah.
There's a lot. But it says on the guide, some effects may include a tree that sprouts, a campfire with blue fire springs forth for 24 hours, or a pyramid with 60-foot square base bursts from upward and inside is a sarcophagus containing a mummy lord. And other fun effects. So those are some of the few things that might happen.
Interesting.
Luigi floats over. I'm going to need you to sign this waiver. Alright. Just in the effect that whatever you summon happens to hurt, maim, or kill you, the Happy Beholder is not responsible for your unearthly demise. Thank you. Have a nice day. You have 2 tickets left over. Would you like some penny candy?
I'll save them for my next trip.
Okay. Alright. So that's that. You guys have a nice evening dinner at the Heavy Beholder. Jesse now has his new gun. And a terrifying new weapon.
So is it this?
Is it the bag? Oh yeah, that's the gun.
Okay.
You have the base form of it right now.
Yeah.
The range is gonna stay
60, 120.
yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
So I really don't need fire and brimstone.
He's got a
Well,
terror.
your fire brimstone has become this.
Gotcha.
That's what she used that as the internal mechanism.
He has a terrifying new weapon. I have a terrified new weapon.
If you had put it on your leg, it could be femur and brimstone.
That night, Stogie, when you head home, you guys,
I didn't say it was great.
you're laying in bed, you're kind of drifting off to sleep. That background, that flashback replays in your head. You go to the Mage Tower. It's the siege. You're fighting this dark swordmaster wizard. He's got this raven blade that he's swinging around. It makes this sort of cawing noise as he swings it. And you guys chop down. He gets shot full of holes. And it's basically just a replay of your memory of that day. I have ditched the happy music for this one.
A little foreboding.
Yeah. Okay, this one will do. You find yourself kind of like at the end of this dream, but you're still like kind of like conscious and still kind of almost lucid dreaming at this point. And you're kind of walking around, and you notice that it's now you. It's older you. You have like your current, like if you were out to go out adventuring, you have all your gear, all your current things, and it's the abandoned castle battlements of the Mage Tower. sort of like walking around, noticing that it appears to be in like the far future, like years afterwards. What would you like to do?
Honestly, not sure. Do I know the layout of this building?
You know that it is essentially the inside is hollow. It's got a couple floors. Hold on.
I guess maybe I'd head to his lab, for lack of better terms, just to like, I don't know, I'd probably see what he was working on.
Okay. Let me get a spooky song. I thought this would be that for a while.
It doesn't mean you want to go around fair.
This is the Happy Beholder theme.
Hell yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay. It's a couple floors and sort of a spiral staircase down into the main area. Then the tower itself is surrounded by a wall, a moat, and like a bramble thorn patches, and like in the moat there's like mutant crocodiles, like he's like worked on and stuff like that. And then a single like rotted wood drawbridge you can see from like where you are right now. But yeah, so what was it you said?
I head to his like lab or workspace or whatever, just
Okay. You descend.
see what he's working on. Justify the loss of men.
Okay. You descend the stairs, and you can see that you're once again like not in like the current space, like the space when it was being sieged. Almost like as if like the ruins of this place, like along maybe like current day even. You walk down the stairs like through some thick spider webs and kind of breeze your way through. And you see on the wall, sort of affixed to it is this long chalkboard, and on it is give me a perception test. Let's see what you notice. Nice catch.
Not great. That's a 10.
Okay. You notice plans for sort of you know that he had a ray weapon that was like it was being like shooting from the top of the tower. It was essentially like a floating jewel that would shoot like a red laser, almost like a scorching ray type turret. You see the plans for that still, you know, like kind of being like drawn out, some stuff scribbled. With a 10, you also see what appears to be sort of a chair with sort of magical things affixed to it. And back before, you wouldn't have known what this was, but now that you see it, you recognize it as a Spelljammer helm. You're like, that's weird. He knew about that even then. You know, your first experience in Spelljammer helms was when the planet got invaded.
Right. That, back in my army days, I was probably more just a regular fighter. It's more lately, since I tried to retire, I've been dipping into artificing and stuff like that.
But you do notice that this style of helm. Give me an Arcana.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
So 24.
Hell yeah.
This style of helm, however, does not require magic, like magical power, to utilize like the ability to move. It can be using a magical item or a source such as Residium as a fuel source. So this formula sticks in your brain. So go ahead and write down plans for, or like whatever, Residium helm blueprints. It's like residue, like RESIDIUM, Residium.
John, quick, sort of not related question, but what was the name of that town that was adjacent to like Moltrag's lair, volcano, and all that? You don't gotta look it up if you don't know offhand.
It's somewhere.
I can look it up later. It's alright. I just figured if you knew off the top.
It might be my journal here. Zarnath.
Zarnath. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Residium Helm Blueprints.
Organizing a few items here. I just wanted to remember where the heck I got that.
But yeah, and all the other stuff, you kind of like are fixated, and you see some stuff, but like a dream, it kind of muddles together. You can't really pick it out. But as you kind of turn and you see back into the further reaches, dozens of failed experiments and whatever, you see a crow dissected, with its chest like open, and a bunch of like metal like things like inserted into like its heart and its lungs. And even though the crow is like moldering and like dead, you can see that like the heart itself is still boom 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 boom.
I'll end its misery.
Okay, you just pull it out and it stops. Anything else you want to do on this floor?
Not really. I suppose in some ways Dobie's with the lucid dreaming, like wondering why he's here too, or like
You get a warm feeling from like the Star Saber.
I'll look at the Star Saber.
You grab it and it feels sort of like this pulsing sort of energy in the handle itself, and it sort of like almost reflectively activates as you turn it on, and instead of the blade, out of it sort of pops this sort of blue masked face. It's got like 4 eyes and like a slit sort of like
Batarian.
like golden lips, and it looks like a construct, and it says in a weird alien, it just speaks this weird alien language at you, like oh my god, good god, you know, like it's nonsense.
Does my ring of comp languages work?
Well, as it kind of as it sort of speaks to you, you see it like kind of drift into your brain, and it says, "I am one of the ones, the creators of the Purgatorium. You may call us the Ancient Ones. We show you this vision of what is and what was. Be aware, Stogie." What is your last name? Handlebar. You wield a gift. You also wield a very dangerous item. Keep it safe from those who would use it to gain access. I speak to you from beyond life itself. Our powers are very weak. If you would be the one to open up our vault, we would welcome you. However, be cautious, because not all treasure lies within. All that lies within is not treasure. And he sort of sinks back in.
Well, this is getting trippy.
I picture when you were saying he speaks a language you can't understand. I was like, is it like the beginning to, or like the bridge of Freak on a Leash by Korn?
Ecom Bokom. And you're sort of left in this gray limbo sort of fog. As you kind of turn around, you're no longer in that tower. You're more like kind of in this wide expanse of space. And as you are kind of wondering like where you are, like what the point of this is, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when the thought of like, what your immediate goal is. Like, what is your immediate goal, like, right now?
Cal just wants to go home.
Like, back to your home world?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably because he knows he can't go there right now anyway.
Um,
His plan was to retire,
mhm.
but his army got overthrown. He lost all the retirement funds because of that, and that's why he's out here. Partially why he's out here trying to adventure is to rebuild money for his retirement.
As you think about home, you are kind of... As you turn around and it's like you're back in that city during the invasion, but it's not... It's like everything's kind of frozen. And you see all of the Imperial troops running, where they have their musket, their arcane rifles, they have their swords. It's in the middle of everything. And you also see sort of flashes forward in time, and you sort of rise up and see the planet itself surrounded by these purple crystals, and they have almost like a barrier around the planet, like it is being held. And that same voice from before says, "Worry not. The Purple Dragon Empire is not invincible." And then you see like cracks form along the crystals, and then the whole energy shield sort of shatters. And they say, "If you act fast enough, your world will be freed." And then they show you see another planet that has that same purple aura around it, but you see the ocean sort of recede and all the life sort of die off. Then it turned in almost like an Athos, sort of like a desert world of just absolute ruin, and then it just sort of and flies, floats away. The Empire has drained some worlds of all of their magic and all of their life to sustain their nobility, to sustain their power. But it is a long process. You still have time to save your planet.
I kind of almost think that would be enough to startle me awake, or
Wake up, and you sort of feel like renewed hope. You get the feat lucky. You feel as though the Ancient Ones have sort of given you a jolt of if not purpose, of you have a very powerful weapon in your hand, and it is something that you can use to make a difference.
Alrighty. It's gonna roll over. I know I should have stopped at one beer earlier.
You turn over, your wife's like,
Yeah.
you hear your grandpa down the hall, and it's
You wake up and you have a rabbit's foot around your neck for some reason. Huh, don't remember putting that there.
Wasn't lucky for him.
Lucky for you, you got a rabbit dinner out of the deal. So few sticks worth jerky.
Alright. You wake up. It's the next day. You have a message waiting for you, Stogie. Not Stogie, I keep saying Stogie. Haggis.
Yeah.
It has the red mask letter, seal on it, and it said, fortunately, the seller of the Ring of Spell Storing would be willing to part with it for 2,500 GP.
Okay. I'll make my way back to the shop.
Okay. You're able to broker that deal, and he slides the money, slides you the ring.
Okay.
So you have a Ring of Spell Storing. I will send you a picture of it in the chat.
Crunch some numbers real quick. I'll check that out.
It's a happy day, the rock and roll.
Alright. Yeah, I'll use the gold for the axe and then the remaining from my own personal stash. We'll hold on to that pearl still.
Okay.
But it just about cleaned me out though.
Okay. Actually, be faster if I just.
Oh yeah, however you need to do it.
You should be able to zoom in on the text and like write it down or whatever.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yep.
Okay. Alright.
Thank you.
Welcome. And I can move us to our main HQ board. You guys wake up and Red so it says, well, it's nice to have you guys back. It's been a nice couple of days off. Congratulations, Spike, for your big win.
Thanks.
I heard you wallop that little asshole.
Sure did.
Nice.
Sure did.
I heard you got yourself a new toy.
Yes. I call it the Flea cannon.
The Flea cannon. Well, and you look like you got some new duds on. Looking very sharp there, Captain.
Well, thank you.
Well, it's about time we
Look, you're
picked.
still getting you didn't sleep too well, did you?
Still, you got some rings in your eyes there, but you look like you're luckier somehow than you were before. As you guys are sort of like getting around to get some coffee, some tea, some pastries.
He thinks of it on wife snoring. Yeah, real lucky.
Well, there's a few things going on. Of course, we got to keep the ball rolling. We can't stay in port forever. We got to keep making that money. There's a few things on the docket that I feel like could be profitable for us. Number one is the Aquaria Nebula Regatta is going to begin in 2 weeks. It's a intergalactic space race around the Water Maiden constellation, the Water Maiden Nebula. Very dangerous, but first prize is 1 million gold, and that could really make us that we could build an entirely new warehouse here with that much money. I could hire a second ship for that much money. So definitely something to think about. The next thing is there's this mage college out there called Strixhaven. They've come across the corpse of a giant creature that has been floating outside of their plane for probably about a month now, and they're hiring spelljammers to come and help salvage bits of the corpse for magical study. They're doing it on a first come first serve basis. Volunteers are going to get a cut of the profits. But I feel like if there's any new weird magical sort of spell components or anything weird in that giant corpse, and I mean they need ships to fly inside of it to harvest bits of it. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on some strange, weird materials maybe we can sell.
Ground-breaking materials.
Exactly. Third, this one is actually a bit of a local problem. There was an ancient temple ship called the Traveler's Basilica. About 100 years ago, it left its home port here in the Phlogiston. It was supposed to come back a week later with some new pilgrims from a plane somewhere off in the material planes. Well, it just came back 100 years late. It rolled out of a misty fog gate just outside of the rock. You can see it there. She kind of opens up the window and holds up a telescope, one of those folding telescopes.
Yeah.
And as you look at it, it's this giant, almost like floating Gothic cathedral floating in space. It's like a huge church with like engines attached on the back. Giant like stained glass windows. It looks almost like a giant castle. And it's got this aura of like greenish fog, or white foggish mist kind of all around it. It came into port like that, and nobody's touched it. So Port Authority is wondering if they could hire a crew of salvagers to board it and see what's going on.
Did it emerge from the phlogiston or from the warp?
Oh, we don't know. All Port Authority knows is that nobody has the stones to go and explore that thing yet.
Well, they're probably wise. They've all seen Event Horizon.
Oh, that play about Venom. Yeah, I love that play. That man rips out his eyeballs. That was a very realistic stage effect.
The magical effects are great.
Yes. But those are the three things I have so far in the docket.
Their industrial light and magic was pretty good.
We've got industrial light and magic.
I guess I'm just asking this in general. I don't know really who's works on our ship and maintains it right now off the top of my head, but well, we should maybe see if we could go about hooking up that heart of the volcano to our ship, and I say we enter the race. That seems too good to pass up.
Yeah, in my time, in my experience, big money is usually too good to be true.
Hey, but with
And
this,
the heart can only max out at so much, it can't go as fast as possible.
right, but what is that speed? We may have an edge already. We don't know yet.
Rip roaring 40 miles an hour.
Right.
That 100-year late ship sounds most interesting to me, and we don't have to go anywhere for it. It's here.
I mean, you won't have to leave port, essentially. But you might not come back.
Oh,
Ominous.
Yeah, ominous. Thank you for the raid, Schizo Freak. Welcome in, buddy.
Side
Appreciate
question.
that.
Actually, out of character first. What's the name of that evil empire again? The
The Purple Dragon.
Purple Dragon. Anyone know how to destroy those crystals that the Purple Dragon Empire employs around planets?
I mean, it would require probably just a lot of firepower. I know my brother's been using those to siphon magical energy for the past few centuries from a lot of planets to make a sort of magical ambrosia that the nobility drinks.
It's a crazy sex potion.
Oh yeah, crazy sex potion. You've heard of it. They have classic CSP, diet CSP,
And CSP Crystal.
CSP red,
That wasn't
cherry
popular.
flavored,
Zero cal.
zero cal.
Zero cal.
CSP light.
Yeah, CSP light. It's for those quickies.
And Dr. Blubber.
Dr. Blubber. Mountain Dew her.
Yeah.
Mount and do her.
And dude.
Hardly know her.
But yeah, no, it's terrible. I hate it. That's why I'm doing this rebellion. We're small still, but we'll stop it eventually. But yeah, this is an open forum. I mean, like if, and I know there's a few different people have different ideas of what they might want to do. So I mean, discuss away the various bits of danger. Obviously, kind of descending in danger. Probably, I've heard that the Aquaria Nebula Regatta is kind of harrowing. It takes about a month to complete. You have to race between, I think, 20 different spots, and you have a month to complete the race. First place is $1 million gold. Second place, I believe, is 750,000. Third is 500,000, and then descends from there. But it's broadcast all over the multiverse. So some of you, I'll say, some of you have seen it before. You know that there's like a section where your ship comes out of like a bit of like the nebula, and it's just like asteroids everywhere, and you have to avoid the asteroids.
Agility course.
And then there's ones where it's like, it's, you know, because like shooting and sinking ships is not illegal in this race. So sometimes like there are like almost battle arena areas where like ships will lay in like wait to, you know, maybe assault
throw a banana
You know.
peel in front of one of these.
Yes. Very large blue spiked shell.
Okay, that's feasible because that could have been a cosmic critter.
But yeah, it's basically just a survival test to see who can survive this nebula's.
Make it to the end
Dangerous.
first while fending off opponents.
Yeah.
This is pod racing.
I've heard that this corpse is a giant alien entity. Something. I've heard studies. Let's see. Something called the Kyrax. They're biomechanical creatures.
Nations.
That does kind of tweak your ears, like, ooh, that sounds like Xenos to me.
Sounds like heresy.
Imagine I guess she'll pull up like a magical image or like a scroll that was kind of like a news scroll that got sent out, and it shows this image of what looks to be like a bone white giant like eagle shaped creature, like a giant head, 2 wings but no feathers, just kind of like this weird sinew and white bone carapace splayed out, but it's like spread out like it's dead, just sort of like floating in space. And you can see like chunks of the carapace are busted open and like fluid is kind of like drifted out into space. But you see ships like the size of like tiny ships like flying close into it. Yeah, the Strixhaven College of Magic is very renowned magical academy that is I would say pretty respected along the multiverse. I was supposed to go there when I was a child, but other things happened. Yeah, if they're looking for help, I know they got the money to pay for it. So, and then like I said, our third option, the Traveler's Basilica. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's basically gonna be another dungeon delve. You've done quite a few recently, what with the tower and the cave. But I mean, if you like your dungeon delves and it ain't broke, don't fix it, then I mean, there's a castle waiting down just out across the bay there. So
I think the corpse of the alien sounds interesting.
How long ago did the Purple Dragon Empire begin?
you have a lot of questions about my people.
Well, no, in this instance, it's more of... Was it more than 100 years ago or not?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if, like, that Basilica ship maybe has stuff from pre-Empire, but if the Empire's been around longer, that's fine.
No, our lineage unfortunately goes back pretty far. It's just my brother and his uncle and the most recent members of the royal family have kind of turned it into an expansionist empire. We used to be happy in our own corner of the multiverse, but resources kind of got slim, and we had to expand in order to keep our growth rate constant. So.
What are you thinking?
Kind of curious about the Basilica thing.
Basilica?
Yeah.
How about you, Micah?
They all kind of sound interesting in their own way, so I'm kind of neutral on it.
Yeah, we got 2 votes for Basilica then. I'm not against any of them either. That was just an idea for the race thing.
I think Basilica is the most convenient.
Who knows?
Well, it's like if we don't choose, based on if we choose one, does another one like get eliminated later or anything?
No.
Okay.
Well,
see,
maybe the regatta.
Sorta.
If you that's in 2 weeks. So if you do it in less than 2 weeks, you can still
we
make
can
the
hit the
regatta.
Basilica and come back and maybe have time to go hit up the race.
Well,
I'm
it's
not
like-
too wild about the race.
The Empire has a standing and port here now, so I don't want them to go in there and benefit from whatever may be inside.
True.
That's a good angle.
But if we went and helped the mage school, they might have some kind of magic knowledge on where we could get the next part for the key.
That is true.
And they're mages. They might help. If we help them, they might help us if we ever need it, like with a rebellion or something.
Agus is just more curious about what we can do with the ship and one of these two sources of energy we have. The race is just more or less like, let's test it out there sort of thing, but he's not hard on that. He'll go, he wants to go exploring and
Well, it
wondering.
sounds like a lot of you are thinking Basilica.
Basilica would be fine.
Okay.
Like,
And like I
Jesse
said,
it's right here too.
I don't
so-
think that the corpse the size of a small city is going to move
Don't
go
go
anywhere fast.
Yeah, why
So
don't we do Basilica? It's right here, and Jesse raises a good point. What we don't get, our enemies might. So
okay.
Could be
Yeah.
something inside that
That's-
helps us with the other two.
that's logical. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it either. I'm just
Okay.
throwing out.
All right. So we go to this thing and we boogie and we make the school.
We knock this out in an afternoon.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, I will submit a letter to the King's Exploratory Guild and tell them that we are on board with going to explore the Basilica. If you would like to do anything, we'll probably set sail tomorrow. Make sure we have all of our ducks in a row before we go to explore it. And yeah, we'll go from there.
All right.
So you see Gangplank sort of like looking and gazing at that thing through the telescope. She says, "Oh, I haven't seen any mist like that since. It's got to be a coincidence." And kind of stands up and walks away.
Whoa. Don't just drop a bomb like that to leave the room, Missy. Looks like what?
I haven't seen a fog like that since the incident.
The incident. Dun dun dun. There is a story. There was a group of adventurers one night in an inn in the middle of nowhere. They received a letter from a certain count from a certain place nobody had ever heard before. And as they rode off into the countryside to answer the letter, they were enveloped in this sort of gray, sort of misty fog. And it was that same kind of mist I've heard kind of surrounding that giant church floating out there. I think it was a place called Ravenscroft or something like that. I don't know. But,
Yeah, if this was a tabletop RPG, I think it would be called a Ravenloft, right?
that sounds more like it, That's got a bit of a name to it. But yeah.
Common misconception is that's so Raven.
That is so,
You hear that, Spike? More chicken wings.
Chicken wing.
so we can maybe expect some ghosts and some ghoulies
Some ghoulies.
over there if you go and crack open that weird church from beyond the stars, I'll see what maybe I can do against something like that. And she goes off. That being said,
Like a poltergeist.
yeah,
No, that's at Lucky Luigi's.
it was either a vacuum or a thing that sprayed water. I think you guys would want the ghost vacuum.
Or this trapezoid that does things like sucks it and creatures into it. I altered it.
convert battle trapezoids to ghost traps.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of shooting for.
But yeah. That being said, she kind of goes off on whatever. Anything you guys would like to do? You kind of have been forewarned that spookiness it lies within the Basilica. Of what kind you don't know, but you have about a day to prepare yourselves for whatever weirdness might be inside. You can see that there's like a flotilla of like let's say the Royal Rock and Brawl Navy has like just regular ships parked. They've got the blue and purple sails, and they have like sort of a ring around it. I can see, like, as you look at it, you can see shapes flying like around in space outside of it.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't like leave the vicinity, but like they're not like, you know, they're almost like doing like laps and like flying around
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like little satellites, essentially.
Yeah.
That dog cannot get comfortable enough over there.
Yeah,
He's just over there stretching all this whole time.
Zero's just flipped over sideways.
You have a rough night there, Midas.
I have a couple inquiries, John.
Yes.
So with this weapon, you said you wanted to keep the damage the same?
The damage is going to be 3d6 because I didn't want to reduce the damage that I told
Okay,
you.
from 3d8.
Yeah.
Okay, just confirming. But we did say I could use...
Your Mechaton Spheres?
Yes.
Yes.
I have 3 on me. Will that get me anything?
It'll be 2 per upgrade, so you can pick 1 upgrade.
One of those upgrades?
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else at this time I can use upgrades for? Or use those to upgrade?
Well, your dog, unless you want to keep going with him.
No, I mean as far as like the thing goes.
Oh, not the. Yeah, it's just those 3 that are the unlockables. So you have to pick either the exploding, piercing shot, or the one of the 3 special features essentially.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with Power Blast.
This is sort of a loose interpretation. This is like it's like a giant.
Cool.
This is
Yeah.
Jesse will recognize it.
I do. That's the first thing I thought of when
Yes.
you were describing it.
Yeah, that's why I asked if it came out of the warp.
Yes. So it's a giant sort of church ship. I don't know if you can show chat.
I don't have the image right this second,
Okay.
but yeah.
It's okay. But yeah, just imagine this giant floating church.
I should be able to do something here. Hold on. Where should I be searching for to pull that up online?
Warhammer Space Church.
Images. Here it is. Yes, I should be able
I bet
to.
there's lots of heresy in there.
Oh, tons.
Whoops. View image and.
There's like
There
chat
we
to
go.
get an idea of what it looks like there.
Yes.
So that thing's parked. It's surrounded by fog. It's like a haunted castle out in space, just floating a few.
It's like a nice cruise ship.
Yeah, a few miles away from Port Authority. That's like I don't know that. It's 100 years late. Port Authority is concerned.
That's odd.
That's weird.
There we
We
go.
don't normally
It's
get
like a new
haunted.
ship to me.
We don't normally get haunted boats in here. Okay. So yeah, you take that opportunity to get her up to upgrade your arm. How about y'all? Anything else?
Yeah, actually. Whoops, I should probably not minimize that because that's important. Where's my other window? I want to go to, with my downtime, it's over here. I want to go to the Library of the Spheres,
Okay.
and I would like to see if I can do any research on this place and maybe get a little bit of
Oh, okay,
a
yeah.
forward knowledge of it.
Sounds good.
The librarian sees just a little furry paw slap a card on the desk.
What can I help you with, sir?
I'm looking to research a little place called Ravensloft?
Horror fictions, section 800 through 900, sir.
Yeah, thank you kindly, sir. He scurries off to go find that section.
Give me a library use check.
Library. Yeah, use book.
It's gonna be, let's go...
Investigation?
Investigation, yeah.
How about a 12 plus 3 to a 15?
Just Ravenloft research is gonna be basically... You realize, it's a lot of travelers get pulled into places, and they can't escape until some sort of right is wronged, or some cruel fate is played out, or some larger
Some
punishment
prophecy.
is carried out. You know, there's these things called the dark powers that hold things in check until they can, you know, fulfill some sort of dark cycle that will power them for whatever. So if the ship has now emerged, just because it's there doesn't mean it's going to be easy to possibly escape. Like, once you're in there, you're probably going to be in there until you're...
Like a form of pocket dimension.
Yeah, sort of like that. Like, until whatever needs to get resolved in that boat gets resolved, you're going to be in there. So, and it also has the ability to maybe, like, be bigger on the inside than it would be on the outside. So, just be... you're kind of preparing yourself for all sorts of spiritual ghost chicanery. So, but yeah, that's basically all the Ravenloft angle gets you.
Okay. Alright, just a little bit of foreknowledge. When I reconvene with the group, I'll share the knowledge of what I can with them, just
Okay.
to, you know, make everybody sure that
I'll
we
give
know
you-
what we're getting into.
I'll give you an inspiration for that, so you kind of research yourself up a bit.
Thank you.
You got that. How about you, Micah? What would you like to do?
I would like to consult with the Orb of Souls.
Ooh.
Okay.
And see if anyone knows anything about that ship.
I just recently remembered that you had the Orb of Souls.
Mm-hmm.
The Traveler's Basilica. A cleric from about 100 years ago of, let's see, I'll pull this up.
Catchy little tune.
Okay, that was Ptah. Okay. You notice that this cleric looks kind of strange. He has like almost like a headdress and like a curved staff. If you were from Earth, you might call him sort of an Egyptian style looking cleric. And his spirit says, yes, the Traveler's Basilica was a giant temple dedicated to Ptah, P-T-A-H, the creator god and god of travelers. It was meant to go from realm to realm, spreading the word of the creator of the universe. It was a beacon of hope for all across the multiverse. Legends say that the cleric Jartan long ago was using his power foolishly, converting and punishing those who did not believe. Jatar, this said, brought down dark forces, and the cathedral was consumed in a dark mist as it once traveled to other lands. Now, seeing the wreck in front of me, it sounds as if those legends are true.
So this Jatar is probably haunting the place.
Yes, that would not surprise me. Let's see. Some of the ways of Patar, he says, are its favorite weapon is the heavy mace. It's
Icky Petars. Boy. Jatar.
I need my book.
You like that kill frog edit I made earlier? District.
For some reason, I thought you said the word sadistic, not psychotic.
No, yeah, I went to the video and got the screenshot. He's just psychotic. Yeah. Everybody's allowed to bring one weapon of their or item of their choice. Me, I brought my whopping shovel. I know it sounds kind of psychotic, and it probably will be.
Yep.
And then he goes on to say like something about introducing the other guests or whatever.
I know in the old book they had pantheons from like a lot of different. Do you have a 5e player's handbook?
I do not. Well, I have a player's handbook.
Yeah, I need a 5e player's handbook.
Alright, here.
Consult the Book of Armaments. Thank you.
I also have this from 3.5.
This'll do.
Deities and demigods.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's see. His domain is the domain of knowledge. His alignment is lawful neutral. And his symbol is both the hand and the bull.
The hand and the bull.
First you get the hand, then you get the bowl.
Then you get the horns.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
From what is inside, I cannot tell you. However, I would be if there are possessed spirits within. Jatar would probably be most likely a powerful lich lord or some such things. I'm not sure. Be very, very careful if you go within. However, he kind of looks you over. Seeing as how you deal with the dead, you may have certain advantages over others.
I'll just give him the finger guns.
Funny he's not chasing down a duck or something. Aphrodite, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Apollo, Aries.
I mean, it's all in
Okay.
alphabetical order,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I will share that information
All that stuff
with
in there.
everybody.
That's really
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So just like basic iconography of Ptah, maybe the backstory of Jatar, the Dark Priest, becoming too full of himself. As you guys are kind of doing some research here, Spike, what would you like to do?
I got a couple of things I wanted to
And I'll actually be right back.
Okay.
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 Sounds good.
We're gonna call it here pretty soon anyway. So
It's our big
I wanted
crutch.
to go to the store. I want to buy some health potions.
okay.
So I don't know.
I want to go to the store and I want to buy a casket to bury my rival in because I just fucking killed his ass.
Left his ass out to die.
For some reason, I thought you were saying I'm gonna go to the store and want to buy a cat.
Want to buy a cat?
He's like, well, I want an emergency food supply. I want it to be
I'll
fresh.
Put the cat in my bag of holding.
He has 10 potions of standard potion of healing for 50 GP each. So that's 2d4 plus 2. 8 healing for a standard.
All right. How much were they?
50 apiece, and he has 10.
10. 10, so it would be 500 for all of them.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna give them 500 going for them.
He's like, now they're 70. Demand just went up.
Demand just went up.
Well, now I don't want them.
Now they're 50.
Well, now I still don't want them.
I should have brought my DM's guys with me, but but yeah. Would you like anything stronger? I have like 4 of the superior.
How much are the superior?
Let me take a look here for you. I lied. I did need my DM screen.
8d4 plus 8 for a superior health potion.
What's the rarity on that, Jared?
Let's see. For details. Potion rare. Here it is.
So we'll do 500 per potion on those.
500.
Yeah.
8d4 plus 8.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say those aren't your everyday.
I think I'll just buy one of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. 500.
Could just be 16.
So it's one.
That's true. But
That
you
was
know,
a superior potion.
if you're the
Yeah.
last one alive in the room or something.
Yeah, that's gonna be the emergency.
Yeah.
Shit's going down.
Uh-oh potion. Somebody made a physical version of one. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
They got red dice in it.
Yeah. I think they put just enough dice as does the healing too.
Yeah.
I know somebody did that. They had
8d4 plus 8, yeah.
yeah, they made potion bottles that were filled with as many dice as they were healing. So you just
Pretty
pop
cool.
it open and pour it out.
There's the whole set.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Supreme healing.
Got some more potions for everybody. Cool.
Okay.
And then I had a question for you.
Yes.
Is Tom's sword he got? Is it a magic sword?
It is a +1 magical sword. Yes.
Okay. Can anybody else here use a long sword?
Nah, I like to have my finesse.
I mean, do I have the capability to use it? Yes.
Right. Would they like a long sword?
I'm good with what I got.
Everybody's good. All right.
I'm going to show everybody there. Oh, not yet.
You're good.
There's something else I want to do, but I'm not sure. I guess I go talk to a magical blacksmith or something.
Okay.
I wanted to see if I could somehow make my dagger of warning into something not a dagger.
Okay.
If I could somehow give that magical properties to my mace instead.
Give Spike some brass knuckles.
Oh yeah, I could do that. What's the rarity on it?
The dagger of warning.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I can do that. He just takes it, stabs it through the ball. There you go.
There you go.
That's a hammer.
Don't want to have a hammer. Just says generic major uncommon.
Uncommon. Okay. So that's not too expensive. I can do that for. I haven't taken it. It's in my cupboard here. 300 GP.
300. Perfect. I'll take it.
He takes one, takes the other, takes a battery, takes like a car battery, puts one on the one, puts one on the other, jolts, and then now the dagger is useless, and now the mace is a mace of warning.
Okay. Does that make it a magic weapon?
It does.
Okay. Can you silver a mace? Is that something that you could do? Can you silver a mace?
Well, if it's magic, it can hurt ghosts.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yep.
Piss off, ghosts.
I heard there might be ghosts, so now I gotta have a silvered longsword. That's why I was asking about the. longsword.
Yeah, he's like, I've heard from some adventurers that they're too cheap to afford actual magical weapons. that you could silver a mundane weapon, and it still does the job, but it doesn't do as good a job. So
you're saying I should silver my mace?
no, your mace is magical, so it'll do
Oh,
fine.
okay. I see.
Yeah, it'll do fine.
You know,
Because
that's an interesting question. Should I be buying probably silver arrows, or will my bow?
your bow is magical, it will
ensorcelate 'em?
it'll deal damage to it.
Okay. I just want to make sure before I'm like, wait, my bow is magical, but are my arrows?
No, yeah,
It'll
it's
ensorcelate them all. Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay. Concern.
If they're fired from a magical source, they turn to the magical. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Besides, remember, Floozy can make them say your arrows say things.
Yeah.
I'll see if she can do it. Your proficiency modifier plus your charisma times per day.
Oh, the noise or whatever.
Yeah, she can make
Okay.
that ability.
So proficiency in charisma.
Yeah.
All right.
And after you kind of like, okay, so I had a bit of a rough day yesterday, but Haggis, I'm glad you brought me back. No hard feelings. Captain was, what was it? I forgot what the guy's name was. Captain like Flashheart or something. Or he was head of like a
Blackheart. maybe?
Blackheart. Captain Blackheart.
Blackheart.
Captain Blackheart was nothing but a two-timing asshole. So, I'd like to eventually be released from this bow prison. But I don't mind being in a bow instead of being in limbo. I was just sort of floating in a big screaming void.
Limbo.
So now I'm here in a bow.
Well, if it's any consolation, we buried the bastard for you, but
Well, did you kill him on his home plane?
we sent him away.
Okay, so in 100 years he'll be back and probably looking for revenge, but that's okay. You're a raccoon, you probably won't be alive then.
We'll get you sorted out before he ever comes back.
Okay, I'm just saying if we were to go to hell, and I could shoot him maybe a couple times, I wouldn't mind.
I have a bottle of some of his ashes from when we killed him.
That's just kind of fucked up, kid.
Tell you what, we'll make it more fucked up and we'll dip the arrows in the
Oh
ashes.
no, please, that's weird.
Then,
That's just weird.
but in the meantime, is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable in your temporary home here?
No, just don't miss with me. That's I don't like
failure.
I don't like being a defective bow. If this is my new purpose in life.
All right then. Well, believe it or not, you're in very caring hands. And he pulls out his little grubby mitts.
I'm the murder weapon of a trash panda. Okay, let's do this.
Oh, she called me trash.
All right. Stogie, did you have anything you want to do?
So we're gonna check out this basilica that was here 100 years ago. Is there anyone alive that was around then?
Give me a history test.
To get an idea, see if they knew anything. History. Dirty 20.
You find an old. I see you find an old priest of Ptah. He's in the. I think there's a temple ward in this giant floating asteroid city.
The priest of Ptah, the spitting image of his god.
That's Patui.
Enemies with the priests of Haktua.
She's a dark god, if anything.
She's a dark god that rose to fame and just as quickly burned out because she dipped into cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it'd be a temple
Turned
district.
into a fraud.
Yes.
Yeah. She invested in cryptocurrency, the money of the undead.
Oh, so Ptah would probably be. What's the most Egyptian-looking building? I don't know. Probably this one looks pretty like Greek. You go inside, and it's a temple of Ptah, the traveler god. And there's a few clerics from. There's like one cleric who's a elder elf. He's got like sort of like a floating crown of like haloed lights, sort of like you ever watch Rankin Bass Hobbit?
No.
Oh, well, you should. It's a fucking masterpiece. But he's got this crown of, like, starry, like, lights on his head. He's got, like, glowing white eyes. He's a very high-level cleric. He's like, yes, my son. I see you are filled with concern. My eyes show all. Not that.
Well, anyway,
What's up, Michaels?
what do you know about that cathedral ship up there? What was it called again?
Oh, the Traveler's Basilica.
Yes.
Yes. It was not constructed here. It was constructed on the plane called Realm Space. Some say Toril, or the Forgotten Realms. It was constructed after one of their cathedrals there. I also hear that the head priest who oversaw its construction, this Jatar, was also a native of that plane. I hear that the inside is built very grandiose. Libraries dedicated to the histories of 100 worlds, star charts, and various maps. Knowledge is Ptah's ultimate goal. I mean, you could look around. This place is covered in, like, it's basically another library. It's covered in, like, maps and art and books and whatnot. So the inside should be much like a temple itself. However, I hear that there, much like a temple would like to protect itself, there might be traps within. As for the inside, most travelers of Ptah keep the main basilica probably close to the top floor. So if you're looking probably for the main altar of the church itself, it would most likely be close to the top deck of the ship. He sort of motions up, and you see that there's a big, like, kind of like open window that shows, like, the stars, and he says, "This is the window to the heavens. Is one of the most venerated parts of the church of Ptah. Under the stars of the Creator itself, that's where we may carry out all of His will. That He may see us, give Him worship. So the eye to the heavens is most like one of the most important parts of the church itself."
Do you happen to know where they were heading when they left?
This one, I imagine back to Realm Space. I know that Jatar frequently go between his homeland and here. Apparently he had some sort of convert he was trying to win over. But Jatar was becoming more and more fanatical in his beliefs as he and this political rival of his kept having a, let's say, religious competition or religious strife.
Religious strife on board a ship, huh?
Well, the Traveler's Basilica was a way to evangelize the worlds that have not yet heard the word of the Traveler God. I know you're not part of the faiths, one of the many faiths of the stars, but clerics who do not worship one of the many gods of the cosmos, such as Ptah, find that their powers do not work outside of the realms their gods preside in.
Well, I'm not from around here, so... Alright, any idea why I would just, suddenly return?
That is a mystery even I cannot solve.
Can't just look at it.
Oh yeah, no, he's pissed. Here.
Well,
If you plan on traveling within the Basilica, let me give you one thing. And he kind of goes to the back, and you see him open up a a chest. He like opens up a bit of the stonework of like one of the main altars, and he slides out like an iron box and opens it. Takes out a wrapped item. Let's see if this is in the main book.
Has everyone in this church been fairly either welcoming or at least nonchalant about me? Or okay,
They're lawful neutral. They don't really have
okay.
a
And
beef.
that's
A dog in his fight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but they'd like to get the basilica back. That'd be great. I mean, it is their property.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like a fight, I guess.
Yeah.
right. Well,
Like
that's
have an investment.
part of the thought is like I wonder what kind of people would be on there, but then again, it's been 100 years.
If it's not too powerful, I want to give you something.
Given the lack of better terms, crew manifests, if they've been around for 100 years, would any of them still be alive?
I mean, if they were an elf such as myself, maybe. But they were in the phlogiston. Time does work strangely within that strange space. I mean, you've gone to the astral realm, and you don't age in the astral realm. So, Jatar could be the same 40-year-old man I knew he was 100 years ago. But if there is evil within my son, let's see. No, you're not a paladin.
I'm kind of sketching haggis in the corner there.
Do you have a hammer or some sort of striking instrument that you use on your person?
I have a magical hand axe.
Okay, that could do. He takes looks like a bone in like a sieve, and he takes out of his vestments some oil. Lay your magical hand axe upon the altar, if you would.
Sets it down.
And pours the oil through through a sort of sieve, and it washes over the bone. This is the finger bone of Saint Jerome. I don't know, one of the saints of our order. The saint of beating ass.
Saint Queese.
Saint Queese. Saint of beating ass. And it's gonna give you an extra 2d6 radiant damage versus undead. This blessing will only last, I'll say, a week. You get a week. And yet, if you survive and you come back, we'll have to charge you for the next blessing, but I can re-bless it for you.
I'll take one to go.
2d6 against undead?
Yep. Oh, or fiends too, so yeah, like there's a subset of bad boy.
I've been sketching haggis on the
Nice.
seam on my page here. Honestly, that's how I remember notes through college. I'd have pages and pages of notes and stuff, and I don't know, my brain can only handle so much, but I started like during tests, I'm like, okay, what was this word? I remember it being near the thing I drew over here. And then I would remember everything near that thing I drew. I'm like,
Hey, man.
this is how I remember notes, just by making visual images.
Everybody's brain works different, man.
I know, yeah. It was a weird time to figure that out, but it worked.
I don't suppose you have some sort of diagram.
I knew you were going to ask for a floor plan. I knew it. I knew you were going to ask for a floor plan.
What else would I ask for?
Unfortunately, it has been lost to the... John has not... The god has not designed it yet. But even so, with it being tainted by the mists of Ravenloft, its insides might be bigger or different than the outsides can reflect.
Well, that thing was tainted by the Mr. Ravenloft too?
The basilica.
Okay.
So yeah.
I remember hearing the two, but I missed the mixing.
The basilica itself is a giant haunted space castle, so it's gonna be weird in there.
It's gonna be weird.
Some places like the Eye of God probably can't be moved easily, so that'll probably still have to be on like one of the top floors, but still.
All right.
Oh yeah, the Eye of God is not easily moved. Gee.
I appreciate your info and the blessing.
Go with the blessing of Ptah, my son. The blessing of Saint Quis. Beater of ass. And he bows, and you're escorted out of the church.
So what is holiday be Christmas?
Christmas. Inspiration.
Yes.
Christmas, love it. Christmas Eve.
I was trying to think of the name for the pet.
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July.
So a lot of characters go on sale.
All I want for Christmas is
All the babies get quiescent.
Oh, all right. Did everybody have a chance to do their pre-game thing?
I'm
Jesse, did I give you one?
Yeah, we
Okay, you did that. You got that.
upgraded.
You did that. All right.
I have preed, yes.
Yes, you preed. Okay, it's properly preed.
We're fluffed. Let's
Okay, you're
go.
fluffed.
I just want to do one more thing real quick. I want
What's
to
up?
finally drink my mysterious transmutation potion to get an extra cantrip.
Okay, you do that.
Just do that.
Use that.
You do
Just want to
that.
say I did that.
Okay.
He's tripping balls for the day.
I see. You don't see it.
Spike's eyes just dilate immediately.
Holy
Nobody sees it, but his mind gets a little bigger.
Oh, no, not again.
It was already there.
His brain gets like a little bigger in his skull.
Does his head molt?
Yes, his head kind of extends just like a few, not like a giant amount, but like a few centimeters.
This is how battle creatures evolve. They
Yes.
don't do it in one night or
No,
one
yeah,
go.
slowly
It's
over time.
gradual.
It's bigger.
There's like a flash of light. Yeah.
Excellent.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
Are you
we're
evolving in
We're
there?
based in reality. He
Yeah.
has to do it
It's
gradually.
really,
Thinking if I
A
drink
magical
enough-
creature that turns into other things.
but
It's technically it's a rare candy. I just hate it. Love it.
It's an uncommon candy.
Yeah.
It's not a rare
Right,
candy.
it's not rare. It wasn't a full level.
They work, but it takes a little time.
but yeah, you guys get yourself together the next day. You get on the Naughty Lloyd, and you guys have you see that it's been covered in like every religious symbol that they could find that like they could like somehow attach to the hull. You also see that Gangplank has attached some sort of device to the front of the ship that she is. I believe you guys have a ballista with a chain. She has taken that slot, and there's now a sort of a weird ray dish on the end of the ballista, and a bunch of cables leading from that to a thing in the hold. And when you ask her about it, she says, "Don't worry about it." So
We lost a ballista. We're worried about it.
it's there. It's just not loaded.
Yeah.
And like if you want to load it, you have to unbolt the shit she bolted to it off of it before it can be fired. So yeah. But you guys sail toward the basilica and toward the weird things that lie within. So next time we meet, we will venture within the haunted basilica of the Traveler.
We shall be delving.
Woo woo.
The Haunted Basilica sounds like a level in Gauntlet Legends.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Haunted Basilica.
Haunted basilica.
Donkey Kong.
Junior.
Junior.
Did he?
Well, sort of. There is a Donkey Kong Jr. and Diddy Kong, but, you know, I'm not too deep into my DK lore.
Rock.
Yeah.
I did want to play one song that was, I think, probably we might get banned, but it's our Phantom of the Space Basilica.
Nice.
Welcome to die. All right. So next time we will dwell within the and in space. No one can hear you scream.
Next time on Ashen Wagon Z.
Ashen Wagon. Haunted Adventures.
Haunted Adventures.
Oh no.
We're having Halloween in May.
We're having Halloween
and
for dinner.
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July.
Mayoween.
Mayoween.
Lots of mayonnaise.
That's how we celebrate. Mayoween.
Yeah.
As soon as we step on board, it's gotta be staccata and fugue.
Yes. It's just like toe on, toe off. It stops and starts.
Curly, straight. Curly, straight.
It's just the doorbell.
Damn, I want that.
You rang.
Very good, sir.
All right. Well, good job, everybody, tonight.
Thank you, John.
We'll do 10 experience because that was kind of a just getting your stories
Getting our
progressed.
group.
Yeah.
Y'all met Queese.
Y'all met Queese. Local rascal.
I was looking at the other names on there. I was like, oh, Durkus. That could be the
Durkus.
Durkus. Oh, God.
And then there's also the opportunity to name it Peter.
Peter Durkus.
Peter Griffin.
Hey,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Big Durkus.
But I think we'll stick with Durkus.
Durkus. Like Doug Brown from Bureaucracy.
Yeah, Doug Brown from Bureaucracy Planet.
Is he a Vogon?
No, that's too cool for Doug Brown.
I'm thinking wherever Hermes from Futurama is from.
Just a bunch of humans in suits.
Yeah. Nothing but like file cabinets and shit. Alright, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. Baroctimus, Limit Breaker.
Yep.
The AM Mayhem wasn't around tonight. I don't know where the hell he's at. Maybe he's at another guild night or something. I don't know. Mile High Rule, Schizo Freak, especially for that raid. And of course, Jasmine for all the bits later on or earlier on tonight.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight. I know it's kind of a story-heavy episode, but it brought us some fun. Brought us some fun moments, some fun times.
But yeah, we'll be setting out on our Ravenloft adventure here.
Ravenloft
Ish.
In space.
In space.
Space and loft.
Space and loft.
Well, I mean, the original did involve a lightsaber.
Fair. But alright, yeah, everybody, thanks again, and I'll be back Wednesday for a normal stream, and 2 weeks again for an exhibition of this. So, everybody have a great night, and
we'll leave the Haunted Basilica on for you.
straight we will. Have a great night, everybody. Laters.
Bye.